What's up, YouTube? This is Joe here from Zephyr and Billy as well,
Yo, what's up,
and
guys?
welcome to the Applink. So, as we go, as we normally do, we're going to go through each of our phases one by one. So, we're going to start off with our market watch, then going into our top three, which our top three for today is going to be cards you wish were in the game or cards that are currently in the game that you wish worked a little bit differently.
Yeah, that
So,
just
that's going to
needed
be really
that
fun
little
to
bit of
talk
a
about.
boost. That you thought they were going to do
Yeah, it's just
something,
like
but do something different.
that's it. That's it. It could be like, oh, I hope this was going to be completely different, or if they added this one little bit of word, it would make it better, or something like that. I don't know. So that's going to be fun to go through with all of you guys here, and then we're going to go to our main topic of discussion, which, if you've noticed on the channel, I haven't actually done a video about it yet. I kind of wanted to save it for this because I thought it'd be a bit more fun, and that is our Banlist predictions. So the looming Banlist coming up, we're going to be talking about that, what we think wants to go on, what we think wants to come off, etc., etc. And then we're going to finish off with our questions and answers. So we're going to move straight into our raising phase and our market watch. The
Draw phase.
draw phase, that's it. I'll get the phases right
Yeah, hopefully.
one day.
One day. Alright, catch you in the next
Totally
phase.
play this game, guys. And we're back with the phase of the market watch. Let's just get on my side. I just said that.
Yeah.
So, our raising phase. So, no, our suspend phase. My God, can I just get a phase right?
It's a draw phase in Market Watch, Joe. We're here with the draw
Hey, that's
phase, the Market Watch.
wrong. Oh my God, Billy, I think you should start saying that from now on.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right, we're gonna
Yeah, but
start. Yeah, we'll start off with we'll start off with our drawing phase, which is our Market Watch.
I'll
Joe,
do it.
what is your first card for the Market Watch?
Right. Let's go. Honestly, I'm so professional. It's unbelievable. So my first one is going to be BT22 Niabutamon. I wanted to pick something to represent puppets that isn't just Kaguyamon, because I think we've already been through Kaguyamon, and honestly, if you're building puppets, you should already maybe be looking at that card. But I kind of wanted to point out Niabut because I know a few people at our locals are like not complaining about this card, but saying like that this card is so good, it's so strong for the deck. So I kind of wanted to bring it up for today, just so you guys know um, how much that this card is roughly going for, depending on which rarity that you want. So if you want to either build a puppet deck with Niabu in it, or solely make a build focusing around Niabu, so you know what price gouging is. I still haven't gotten down to making any card market, so again, I'm still in the euros, unfortunately. Which, looking at standard art, it's going for about 69 cents, which is just cheap as everything. So if you just want to get the standard Prism Bootsmon, you can go and get it. But if you want to bling it out a little bit, the old art, in all honesty, for an old art, knowing how long I've been playing this game for, it's actually not too bad. It's about average about 12 euros, which is about probably about like 10 quid.
Yeah,
Which in
roughly.
my eyes, yeah, so like £10 for like an alt art, in my opinion, personally, is not bad.
No,
Like
even
it
if you
could,
can only
it
get
is
one of them.
much worse pricing for an alt art, in my personal opinion. So I feel like if you can get an alt for about £10 or less for a deck that you're generally enjoying, go for it. Like you're not gonna probably get a better value or a better deal for your alt, unless you're really waiting long, hoping it goes down. Um, which then you're just being hopeful, in all honesty, no matter what. So my first one is Nyabut Mon from BT22.
Nice. My first pick for the Market Watch is going to be a new card that Joe loves, BT2 Omnimon.
I love this card so much.
Yes, Joe loves it, and
Ooh, Draymond!
I thought, you know what? Before Joe uses it like two, three episodes down the line, I'm just going to speak about it here. It's a very good card. At our locals we had yesterday, I was helping someone open a box, and they pulled the alt art Omni. So
Oh,
I'm not talking about the alt art though. Not talking about the alt art. I'm talking about the regular art. Seeing around about £4 a card. So if people do want to look at start building Omni, it's a relatively cheaper card for the deck. You don't need 4 of it, but if you do want to run 4 of it, that's £16 for a full playset, which isn't crazy bad for a
no,
playset of like your high level top tier card. So
no.
it's something definitely to have a look at if people are building Omni, like actual Omni, or I'm not too sure if it's a Royal Nitrate. So if you want it for Royal Knights,
It is a all Omni ones on Royal Nitrates, but
yeah,
you don't want to play it in
no,
Royal Night.
but still,
There's no value for you.
it is there. So yeah, Omnimon BT22 is my first option. Joe, what is your second choice?
My second option is kind of going on the same boot as Nia boot, unintentionally intended. It's the Ariamon. Again, I wanted to pick something to represent Aqua because, in honesty, I think Aqua is a little slept on. After facing it at locals against our other friend Billy, not this Billy, other Billy,
Yes,
um, two of them, they're multiplying.
we doubled.
Um, and also our good member Chris as well. Aqua's doing really well. Like it honestly has the potential to do fantastic. Piloted under the correct player. Not saying that, obviously our friends aren't bad, but we all know that there's someone better out there potentially.
Yeah.
Um, so I think Aqua's doing really well, and really the thing is just like shot it out of the waters. Again, pun intended. There is Ariamon. Like this card is absolutely insane. So if you're looking to boost up your Aqua deck, the standard art's going for around 40 cents. So like again, similar to Niabu, it's just super cheap. You just want a standard art. But again, if you want the old art, it's going for about like €10.50, which is even less than £10. Like so, and the old art is absolutely insanely beautiful. Like it's so well done, so well done. Yeah, so if you want to boost up your Aqueduct, you kind of like standard builds play more copies of the level 7 and puppets. So if you did want to bling out with your alts, you're gonna have to like have at least 3 copies of it if you really want to have all of them done. But again, you're looking at like less than £10 per copy, which again, same before, if you're under £10 or less for an alt, I think is very much worth it. Especially again for a deck that you enjoy.
Mm,
So my second pick is Arimon from BT22.
very nice. My second watch for Market Watch is BT9 Rise Grey X Ante pre-release stamp. I love my Shine Grey list. I love it. And in the
I really
past,
went for the pre-release stamp and not like the actual alt.
no, reason being is because it used to be the pre-release stamp used to be a lot more expensive than the alt art. Now the pre-release stamp has gone down to less than £1 a card. So if people have a Shine Grey list and want to upgrade, if they're like running the bare bones Shine list and want to get a little bit of an upgrade, they can get a little bit of a blingy version of X Ante and just really power up the deck because Rise X is very underrated in the list. If I could, I'd run 4 of it, but unfortunately, you don't really want to run 4 of an X Ante.
I
So
I think there could potentially be a build where you just turbo to Rise X just to turbo more tamers out. I don't
yeah,
know.
that could be
Maybe that could be a list at some
maybe,
point.
but nah. For now, I'm just saying Rise X, just because I've always got had a near and dear card to my heart on Market Watch. I always will do. I don't think I'll ever stop. So yeah, Rise X is my second choice. Joe, your final choice for Market Watch.
Yeah. I think it's always good to have like a card on a market watch that for a deck that you generally enjoy because it shows that you're actually paying attention to it, like to most people. So I think it's always nice.
Yeah.
Um, so my first pick is actually going to be one that I recommend sell. I
Oh.
don't think
Oh.
I don't think the pricing on this is going to be as high as it is, considering whenever I keep looking at the card, I'm like, I don't know why it's worth this much, honestly.
Oh, really?
And that is Yuko Kamishiro from 22. Yes, all my picks are from 22.
Wow.
um, yeah, so I had to buy one of these yesterday as of recording for like 10 quid because these are going for about £15 a copy for
Ooh, wow.
lowest UK, which I think is crazy. And this is for standard art. I know it's an SR, but I don't get why this one is worth so much. The only reasoning people are saying that this is worth the value is because it goes in Greymon. But I'm sorry. What? Why is that your only reason? Like, yes,
How
it
many
could also
different
go in
Greymon
Eaters,
variants?
but what? What? Why?
But maybe it's because how many different variants of Greymon you can make.
Yeah, but like,
So
she
it's
doesn't
like,
do anything crazy good. Like, and it's not like Greymon's now topping because of this card. Like, Greymon's still not doing anything.
mm,
Unfortunately. But yeah. Honestly, I think if you have these lying around and you're not using it, like if you're not playing Eaters, or if you're playing CS where you don't take this card in, or if you're playing Greymon and you're also like, I don't know why I need to put this card in over Tai Kamiya, then go for it. Just sell it, get rid of it. Like, make your quick bucks. Like, it's going stupidly high money for again lowest UK if you go about doing that. But even if you're not lowest UK, average price for a standard art is like 5 quid.
well,
Which I think for an SR that if you're not using, I think is still nice.
very
Like
nice.
if you have the alt, so you're even more money because there is the lowest UK is like just under £25.
Wow.
Like yeah,
Sell, sell,
and
sell.
that's standard art, alt art, and then you got like the lottery card, which yeah, 100% sell your lottery cards.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so my number one pick, which to sell, is Yuko Kamishiro. Like, I honestly, I don't think you're gonna get as much of a good deal
very nice.
than now.
My third and final card is going to be pretty sure it's a common or an uncommon. Now, the reason why I picked this is because it is the newest card that you can play 50 of in the deck, and that is
Oh, this
BT22
one, I'm like, yeah,
Eater's
that makes sense.
Species Form. Now, reason why I'm picking this card because I've seen the Eater's deck, I've gone into the Eater's deck, and Jesus Christ, that deck can cook sometimes. If it can get all the Eaters out quicker, if it can get Mother Eater out quick enough, it is broken. And Species Form is the one card that you need at least 20 of. So something for going real, it's pennies right now. So if you're thinking about building Eaters, I would recommend getting your Species Forms first and then going up from there, getting your Eater Adams, getting your Eater Eves, and getting the rest of it. But getting the Species Forms first, I think getting 20 or even 25 of it is going to be a solid first thing. Yes, you're not going to run all of them, all 25 of them, because if you run 25, Lord help your soul.
No. Honestly, it's good to over have these kind of cards.
Exactly.
Like, I have so many spare Vermonts, and I'm like, I don't need this many, but it's good to have extra
Yeah,
because you
exactly.
never know.
Because you never
You
know
never
when
know.
a mate's going to be like, oh my god, I just need like 5 more of them. And you're like, there you go. They're commons, they're
Yeah, that's
uncommons,
it.
keep them.
That's it.
So, yeah, if you are thinking about it, go to your friends, go to your mates, be like, right, how many species forms do you have? I want them all. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually looked through my bulk, and I'm like my 22 bulk, and I'm like, the Eater deck's actually pretty fun. Like
Mm,
after playing Lewis's
yeah.
one, like this deck's pretty funny. And I'm like, I have no Eater species 'cause I just gave them all to Chris. I'm
Wow.
like, damn it!
So, yeah.
Now I kind of want them,
We
but I
have
might pop on
noticed.
Card Market later and actually see if there's someone who's just like a gajillion of them
Yeah.
for so
But we
cheap, and I
have
just
been
go, yeah, just
seeing
give me a bunch
that
of them.
opening up 22 boxes, you get between 4 and
You get like,
6.
yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, you get between
Like,
4 and
I had
6 species
4
form. Yeah.
per
So
box.
it's definitely something to look at
So,
grabbing when you can if you're thinking about building the deck. But just get the species forms first, I would suggest. then think about getting
Yeah.
Eta Adam, Eta Eve, Mother Eta, and all the other tamers you're going to need, all the options, whatever. So yeah, my final pick is BT22 Eta Species Form. So we're going to, and so let's go wrap through what we'll market watch. Joe, do you want to tell us what your...
So mine was Niabud by Form 22, Ariamon by it, 22, and Yuku Kamishiro Cell 22.
Very nice. Mine is BT22 Omnimon, for people who want to build it. BT9 Rise Grey X Anti pre-release stamp, of course. And BT22 Eta Species Form. So that's going to wrap it up for our market watch. And now we're going to be heading into our raising phase, talking about the top 3. And the top 3 discussion, as we said in the start of the video, is going to be cards you wish were better, or cards you wish were in the game that have been released in the anime and they just have completely overlooked them. So, yeah, we'll catch you in the next phase. And welcome back to our raising phase. This is our top 3 discussion, and the top 3 cards we're going to be discussing is cards you wish were better, or Digimon that have not been introduced into the card game yet, but you want to be. So, and maybe what you wish they did. So, Joe, when you start it off, what's one you want to be added in or wish were better?
So mine, all 3 of mine are cheating, unfortunately, just because they're more than one card. But they all fit one category, so I kind of felt like it kind of worked. Other than my number 1 pick, but I guess it kind of still fits in a pseudo category.
Okay.
So my number 1 pick is Rookies for the Chosen Children to actually grab their chosen.
That's not a bad shout.
If you don't know, if you're new to like the kind of like franchise and you don't know what I'm kind of referencing to, so the term chosen children is basically a digidestined. So if someone has a Digimon partner, or in case, or is a child that can spirit evolve, these are what we call the chosen children. So in the TCG, the only chosen ones from the first season that actually have a rookie that can search the chosen child are Agumon and Gabumon. Literally
that sucks.
No really one else can search their chosen child.
So you want Digimon to be rookies that add Joe, Mimi.
I want Gomamon that can search Joe. I want a Patamon that can search TK. A Tentamon that can search Izzy. The list goes on and on and on.
Fair enough.
So, like, I just think it's somewhat unfair that, like, all these other, like, there's 8 kids and only 2 of them can actually be grabbed, which is, I think, unacceptable.
I think that would definitely.
As we're like 22 main sets and almost 10 EX sets into the game, and only 2 of the 8 can be grabbed.
Yeah.
Which is a bit absurd. This is mostly just keeps coming up in just general discussion with the bug deck with me and Chris. We're like, we just really want a Tentamon that can grab Izzy, for God's sake.
Yeah, I think that's what that deck is missing.
Like, it honestly is. And like, it comes up to me sometimes when I'm testing out 3 Great Angels with you guys, and I'm just like, why can't I grab TK yet?
Yeah.
Why?
Very true. There have been so many times I've even gone into Chris and he's like, only if I could add that Izzy. Exactly. Only if I could add it.
Turn up with a boost or something. It's like, why can't I grab this one?
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's my my first pick, which is we need rookies that can grab the children. But they don't even need to be rookies. Like, it goes like with Kari, it can be Gatomon. Like, there could be a Gatomon considering that's kind of like a partner, and not Salamon because it wasn't a Salamon in the first show. Like, it could be a Gatomon that can grab Kari. It just needs to be part of their line.
Very true. I was also thinking maybe they could add some sort of like new a new white option card that can go like it. Just the start of the card just says like any other white card, where it's like, oh, if you have, basically just make it to where you don't need to meet the
You
white
have
color
a
requirement.
Digimon in play, ignore color requirement,
Exactly,
or
and
something.
just have
Like
it be like a memory boost, like a new white memory boost, but it doesn't search Digimon, it only searches Tamers, but make it cost like 4 or 5, search top 3, add any Tamers among them, add them to your hand, and place this card in the battle area. Only make it give you
I
2
guess.
memory, but they could make that card and just be more powerful for a load of decks instead of specific decks that they've been doing recently.
I guess with that kind of like mentality, you can make that card and then like have alt art for every season. Like the first
Exactly.
version of it would be like season
All
one
of
with
them
like all the
together.
chosen children, and if you reprint it again, it's like, oh, now it's season two Tamers, and
Or
then like so
they
on and so forth.
or they could do
The
what they
ultimate, the endless reprint card.
yeah,
It's just,
or the normal artwork, like the standard artwork, would be every single one of the main tamers, like the main kid, and then alt
I'd probably
art
say that's
could be
last, but yeah,
seasons, and then the alt
yeah,
art could be the seasons. But you never know. I don't know if they'd
mm.
make that, but
It'd be
they'd
pretty
have to
cool.
make it cost a lot more than regular boosts because if it's hitting only tamers, then
I mean, yeah,
all right. My
all costs.
yeah, my first
Yeah, that's my number one.
very nice.
That's my take.
My first, my top 3 is gonna definitely follow a trend.
Okay.
So they're all gonna be relevant to
Yeah.
my
Oh my
favorite
god, it's
deck.
just wonderful. Sorry.
Yes. So my first pick is a card I wish was better, and Joe knows this, and he has heard about me. Excuse my
Whinge about
language
it.
here, whinge, bitch, the whole 9 yards about it, and that is Shaman times 2. When they revealed this card, I thought it was going to be really good. Then I looked down at its traits. It's not Crossheart trait.
So cool, and I was like, hey,
What?
hey, Kitty, what
It is
isn't
the
it?
most fundamental thing that they missed out that it's not a Crossheart trait, and it pisses me off to no end that this card that was something that could have been really good
Let's
doesn't
go.
be searched. It is the one card in the deck you could add in. Can't be searched from anything. And guess what? If you want to go into superior mode, you can't even use it because it's not even a crossheart trait. So you're screwed. You can
I honestly
digicross
don't
into
know
it,
why.
but it's so ridiculously dumb. And this card pisses me off. And now it is be banished from my mind. I'm like, I will never be playing this card. Unless they add an errata to it saying, oh, this card is treated as has got the crossheart trait. Cool. I will most likely try and play it. But until they do that, Bandai, you screwed up royally. So,
Honestly, I don't know why they did it. Every time I look at it and think about it, in cards like this, I'm like, this just had to be a misprint.
had to
Like
be.
they just forgot. They honestly just forgot.
But how long has the
And
card
they
been out?
printed it,
How long has the
and
card been out
I.
without an errata?
But the thing is, though, Bandai's only ever errated cards when it's the translation errata. So it's outside of Japan has messed it up. I've never seen an errata where Japan has admitted something's wrong. So like,
It's so
I
dumb.
feel like Japan knows they've done this wrong, and they're
Yeah.
like, we're not going to say anything.
Oh my god. That's what really does annoy
It
me.
makes no sense for this one card as well because it only ever appears in the Crossheart
Yep.
series.
And
Its whole purpose and creation is cross mechanic.
yeah, exactly.
Why isn't it Crossheart trait?
And what's even more annoying is that Cross 2, for the first stretch of the show, was their main this is Digicrossing. And then
First ever Digicross
no,
in the show.
technically speaking, the first ever Digicross, they went into the ×3 body, but the Darulumon plants were glowing. They just didn't have Darulumon because it was
I thought it was ×2.
no.
This was like,
So
oh, this is the new mechanical thingy.
no,
That kind of,
so they showed off
and
the.
then like,
So the way the show goes is that they get transported to the Digimon world because Shoutmon actually was able to, with his power, come out and was dying in the real world. Tai finds him. They go to the digital world. He gets his fusion loader. He digifuses Ballistamon and Shoutmon together, but they make the body and the arm of Shoutmon ×3. Just the Darulumon portions of the body are glowing. Darulumon isn't there. They haven't met
uh,
Darulumon yet. The first time Cross 2 shows up is when they've done a few battles and everything, and then they go into Cross 2. Because the first Digicross they actually do, they don't shout 1 times 2 or shout 1 times 3. They just fuse. So
okay. It's so long since I watched that show. Yeah, no,
ingrained in my mind.
It's yeah.
Yeah. So shout 1 times
So
2
dumb.
is shout 1 times 2 is my first pick of a card that needs an errata or something. Please, Bandai, hear my prayers. So yeah, Joe, what is your second pick?
So my second pick is the other hero tamers to actually work with hero Digimon.
Okay.
No, most important, going through them. Most importantly, Davis Motomiya.
Okay.
Um, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, in DT21 they made the hero deck, which is all the Gogglehead protagonists joining together in the second season of Cross Wars. Um, and it's the whole deck is to represent that. There's a few of the Digimon lines and a few of the tamers, and even a few Digimon tamers that weren't in that show. When those episodes, more importantly, Gamamon and Epmon got the hero trait.
Ooh.
So all the tamers in the set are hero traded, and only some of them work for the hero deck as a whole.
Okay.
I guess I can also argue that the Appmon tamer also doesn't work for the hero deck, but I guess you can also have a hero version of the deck, which then he kind of works.
Yeah.
The going through the main two contenders that are like naughty naughty, you don't work, is Marcus Damon, but going through what he does, it's not even focused around Shine Greymon either. He just kind of does his own thing, and
It's
that's
like
kind
a
of
weird
it.
middle
So
ground. It's like he
he's
doesn't
just
really
like,
do
I
this,
don't
but he
work
doesn't do
for
this either.
anyone.
Yeah. He's
The
like
only reason I work for Shine Greymon is because I am also called Marcus Damon.
he's like, hey,
kind of it.
it kind of does follow the show where he's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. Screw
Yeah,
off.
I'm just here. Greymon, throw me at him. That's
Yeah,
it.
literally.
So he's kind of like, whatever, I guess. You don't even work on your own thing, so whatever. The main issue I had is with Davis.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
Davis is a hero trait. He gives you memory, which is nice. He's another tamer with a different color, so that's
Always nice.
and none of his effect is hero.
Wait, really?
So what he does is by suspending this tamer and typing the top card of one of your Digimon with the armor form trait, draw one and gain one memory. And it's
It had
dumb
one job. It had one job.
because this would be so cool in the hero deck. The deck that's all about combining like 10 tamers together with 10 Evo lines
Wow.
and making a deck out of it. Now imagine like if you make one stack with like a globe mod. No, like let's say you make your first stack with an Arrestrogen and you have Davis out.
Yeah.
And next turn, like your stack still lives or like, oh cool, I just need to get over it, but I can't be over it. If only I could delete. Oh, I know. Cap Davis, get rid of Arrestrogen. Now I can evolve to Globemon. Like
That would
you
be kind
could,
of busted.
you could have so much creativity out of it. You have a hand with like you're playing like a version with an Omni part of it, like a Shoutmon variant. Again, your first stack is an Arrestrogen. Quick damage, your stack still lives.
Yeah.
Cool, tap Davis, take a Arrestrogen, go into Omni Shout, swing with Omni Shout, play your superior mode, like you do whatever you want. Like the creativity you could have, your lines would be so cool,
It would
and they
have
just
to.
didn't do it.
So they would have to get rid of obviously the armor form and have to specifically
No,
say
no, no, you just
hero.
have both.
No,
You
get
just
you.
have both
I think if
because the whole point of the tamers is that they work for their own deck plus the hero deck.
yeah,
So
true.
it would say one of your armor form and or hero trait. So that way, if you want
Okay.
to play Demon Armor Rush, you can still use get with the flame jump
I
you
see.
want, blah blah blah.
I do see the
But then
power.
it's like in the hero deck, you can customize them with your level 5s or even your level 4. I don't know. I just think it's so stupid. It's
Yeah.
like the only reasoning I can see them not put hero trait on
Mm.
is so that turn 1 you don't go into just a Restaurant player tamer, which then is Davis. Next turn tap Davis, get rid of Restaurant, go to Restaurant again, play another tamer.
Yeah.
That's the only reasoning I can see behind that. And I think the rest of it is like, on paper it sounds really strong, but also on paper this sounds very thematic and why didn't they do it?
Yeah. True.
It's blatantly obvious.
Mm.
So I guess, I started off this pick with other tamers from the hero deck that don't work with hero, but really I'm only complaining about Davis.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Davis Motomia from BB21.
There we go.
He's
Yeah.
broken and not in a good way.
Mm. All right. My second pick is going to be two Digimon. Yes, I'm pulling a Joe on this. Yes, he said multiple rookies, but I'm picking only two. Now, I've wanted this for a while, and it will lead into my
Really look at
first
it.
pick. I've wanted this for a really long time, and I don't know why they haven't done it yet, even though we've just gotten a load of new cross-art stuff. And that is, I want a Nightmon and a Pawn Chessmon with the cross-art trait. Now, I know we already have a load of these, but the reason why I want them, and I'll get into this later because my top pick. But for now,
This kind of like merges with your topic
yeah, kind of merges with my top pick.
quite
But
heavily.
I would like a Nightmon and Pawn Chessmon for the crossheart trait because in the show, Ty has Nightmon and Pawn Chessmon in his fusion loader. So why the hell haven't we not got him yet? We've gotten every other Digimon. We've gotten their
No, by
evolutions.
that logic, where's Wisemon? Wisemon's
Yeah,
also in this
Wisemon.
loader. He hasn't got one.
Wisemon. Beastmon. We haven't got yet. We haven't got a Beastmon with crossheart trait.
Bastimon. Bastimon, yeah.
Bastimon. Um. Oh, I'm trying to think of this.
I think that's it, really. A bunch of
Starax.
puns.
Starax we haven't got yet, which is a combination of Starmon and Shoutmon times two.
Oh, then you're just
Starax.
going into all the forms. You haven't got all the forms in general. But
That's the
yeah.
whole point of Crossheart, though. That it's meant to go multi-form. We've got Shoutmon Star Sword and Shoutmon Darulu Cannon, so you can't say about
I
the
think
forms.
maybe if only they did Digicross differently,
Mm.
where it's like it's not a separate card, but you just put the cards together, and it's just like kind of
It's
like how
treated as
Applink
this.
works.
Yeah.
Like you load it up, and it's just like you're adding what effect this one gives to Shoutmon plus a bunch of DP.
Mm.
Like imagine if they did that
Oh, that would be
instead of just being like
brutally
it's
broken.
DNA but just labeled differently.
Yeah, but
So you have the main body, which in this case is always Shoutmon, and you're just like loading guys up. You're like digifuse, blah blah blah. You tap the tamer, you digicross. It's like you have the Shoutmon, and then sideways you just load up however you want to make, and then that's him plus the DP plus whatever effects.
yeah,
And you
fair.
just have this big busted level 3 on the board.
Yeah, always.
Just like constantly being the big boy. And then like for Blue Flare, it would be like Greymon, because Greymon's kind of like the main body, and it's like it's Milbergamon being attached to it. It's Decadron.
They need to
I guess
also
so.
make. There's a
I
few
guess so
cards.
for Blue Flare, it's a bit differently because you have Deca Greymon. So it's like, well, I got Metal Greymon plus whatever. But
Deca
I guess you can
Greymon.
still say that Greymon's still the main body.
Yeah, they've got Deca
This is
Greymon, Cyber
Milbergamon, and
Launcher.
it's Deca Greymon, Cyberdramon, that kind of thing. I don't
They,
know. I
yeah.
think we kind of like changed your pick in a way. Just be like, dude,
No,
they
I
should just
still
make
want.
it
I still don't
differently.
want. I want there to be a Nightmon and Pawn Chessmon with Cossack Trait because hey, this also helps out our other friend Joe for his chess deck. So more Nightmons and Pawn Chessmons.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if they do ever make them because it will lead into my first pick. So Joe, that's my second pick. Nightmon and Pawn Chessmon, or basically stuff they haven't made cross heart trait yet that could be made. So
Yeah. Like Takuya's other, the Taiki Kudo's other partners aren't cross traded.
Yeah, they are.
My,
They're general
no, his
trait.
other partner. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I was saying, like Nightmon and
Yeah. Okay.
Spawn Chest on Marvel.
Joe, what is your
Um,
first pick?
so my first pick is very, very biased. You know, if I couldn't say that the other picks aren't biased as well.
Really?
But
Not biased, huh?
dear Warmon X and Calmon X, where the hell are you?
There they are. There's the there's the
And
eggs.
we've had so many sets for Dear Bormon and Calmon, and they have not given me Dear Bormon X and Calmon X. Like, what's your excuse?
Fair.
I mean, the only say that every time they've tried to put Diablo and Caramon into a set, they've linked them to an appearance in the show or games. So it's like, well, that they didn't go to the X Forms in that one, so obviously we can't put the X Forms in here. It's like, shut up, stop it.
Ha.
You're just trickle teasing me every time with a new Diablo Caramon. I'm like, for God's sake, just give me the X antibodies by now. They could just be
La 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 la
so
la la la.
cool. It's just
Yeah.
so cool. If you want to ask what would they do, I'd have no
Yeah.
bloody hell.
I
So
don't know
the
about.
only other,
Gone.
maybe just go with bare bones Paramount, where it's just another searcher on an X antibody, like Guilmon X, Agumon X, blah blah blah. That just adds an unidentified trait and maybe a Diabomon text. I don't know, whatever.
Maybe,
Um,
but
but Diabomon X, God knows, because the Digimon X is in one manga, and it was created by the Seven Great Demon Lords. And he turns, with their powers, I think he then turns into a Bardamon X.
wow.
Like, he's not even. He's a weird mishmash. Like, he is a Diaboromon, but he's also a creation by the Demon Lords. Like,
Yeah.
and he goes into that big boss monster. It's just like, what? Have Diabomon X, if you want to make it more accurate, you'd have a Digimon that evolves from level 6 one deck that can maybe go into level 6 completely different deck.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd just be
So yeah,
interesting to see if
either,
they add those.
either way, I really want them to come into the game. I really like the X mechanic. I know a lot of people don't because it's just free draw power and it's broken in that regard. But in honesty, I just really enjoy the X mechanics. But any more X Digimon that we haven't got yet could also maybe just go into the slot. But if I really wanted to narrow it down to something I generally play and enjoy, I just really want Diabomon X and Keramon X because they just look creepy as hell.
Mm.
They'd be so cool.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Yeah, that's my number one pick.
Going off of that, Bandai could add them, and they could look really cool. But then their effects could be absolutely dog doo doo, and you will
Like,
hate that.
literally, Paramount could have no inherent, but if he just has the search power, I that'd be all I want.
Literally.
Just evolve for zero on my searcher and search again. It's just like, yeah, cool. I
No,
added more consistency to my Diabomb on deck.
Diabora X would have to be costing 1 or 2 because it's a level 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Caramon X can do that, and I don't.
Caramon's a level 5, right?
Diabomon X. Caramon's level 3.
Oh.
Yeah, Diabomon is one of those weird X lines where he has a first stage and end stage.
Yeah.
Kind of like, weirdly, how Shoutmon only has the ultimate level as an X Digimon, and that's it.
Yeah.
Some Digimon just don't have full X lines.
Wow.
Yeah, and Diabormon's one of those. We don't have Kuris. Infamon X will look really cool.
Nice. Alright.
Yeah, that's my number one pick.
Going on to my number 1 pick now. I had alluded at it. And my number 1 pick that I really want in the game, and I really want them to make it decently good. Not as more powerful as Shaman times 4, but Shaman 4K. Reason why 4K is because
Has to be more powerful than times 4.
well, yeah, it
That's
does.
one more thing on it.
But the reason why I really want this card in the game, we've got Shalmon times 5B, which I tried to put in my first Shalmon build when Joe took me to my very first locals. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember your
Then
love for times 3, and I'm
we
like,
also
no,
got
love is just...
times 4B, which wasn't great. So all these extra ones we've gotten haven't really been great, but times 4K has the potential of being really good. And it has to be, because they've only done it this way in the show, it has to do like what they've done with times 4 and times 5, where it uses every single one of the Digimon, because that's all they use in the show as well. It has to use Shalmon, Ballistamon, Darulumon, Starmons, and then Nightmon / Pawn Chessmon. Because in the show, he technically uses both, but in the show, Starmons and
You only see the Nightmon bit?
no,
Really?
no, you see Nightmon and he's surrounded by Pawn Chessmons, because he does say Nightmon, Pawn Chessmon. But in the
Yeah, but like,
show,
the actual design is just... It's just Shoutmon times 4.
with a cape,
With
shield,
Nightmon,
and
cape, and
his lit,
shield and sword.
and literally
But
his
there's
sword gets
nothing
a little bit
Pawn
of an
Chessmon
upgrade.
about it.
No, I'm pretty sure the Pawn Chessmon like are the shield, and then the Nightmon is like the cape and the sword, because Nightmon doesn't have a
Oh.
shield. So
Yeah, Nightmon has a shield. The whole
that's
point is that he's a knight. He
interesting.
has a shield, he has a cape, and he has a sword.
Interesting, but
Then they give it to that. Like, where's Pawn Chessmon
yeah.
doing?
So that's what brings up this, is that they can use Nightmon / Pawn Chessmon, because obviously in the game,
You have that.
Starmons and in the show he uses both Starmons and Pikmons, but obviously in the
Yeah.
game they don't use Pikmons because Pikmons is level 2. So it'd have to be either the
Starmon, though, it was weird, wasn't it? Like, when he first was doing it, he was Starmons, yeah, and then Pigmons, yeah.
now
And then
they
after a
combined
while, it was just Starmons,
Starmons
and it's just Starmon,
Pikmons.
and then Pigmons just shut behind it.
Yeah. So
So it's
it's
like, okay,
weird.
cool.
So
Merge them together
if they
now.
do use it, if they do make times 4K, I think they would just be like, right, Shalmon, Ballistamon, Darulumon, and then Starmons, and
Nightmon.
then Nightmon. I think that would be the
Yeah.
lineup for Crossheart, but they have only done it in the show where they've done it from that. So if I see times 4K come into the game and its Crossheart and its cross Digicross requirements are times 4 and Nightmon, I'm gonna be livid, because that's never how
I
they've
feel
done
like,
it.
yeah, whatever. They'll probably still make pawns with the crossheart trait, and then
Probably a
that
level
way you
3
can still use
search.
them for superior mode and that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
it'd
But
probably be a level 3
yeah,
search. So
yeah,
Nightmon, I
I think
don't.
it'd be pretty.
Yeah, but they'd have. It would have to be more insane than times 4, but times 4 is already so insane that they reduced it to 1. So I don't want them to make it
And
too
they gave you
powerful.
another one. It's a
Yes,
vanilla.
but I swear to God, if like, I just don't want to make it them to be like, oh yeah, let's just make it like times 4, and just add a little bit more flavor text, like maybe, like obviously give it a bit more DP. But if they give it the same written text, it'll be like, oh, at the end of attack, if this Digimon's still alive, put everything underneath a tamer and unsuspend a tamer. I'll be like, no, they're gonna hit that so quick. Play it at 4 quickly. Play as many games with it as at full
Quickly, quickly,
power.
quickly. Locals.
Literally, I
Time
made.
off work. Time off work.
Yep.
Go to Monday.
Yep, go to Monday, completely clean house with the new times 4K.
It's a day off on Tuesday. I don't care.
Go to the Wednesday one we've been told about now.
Oh
So
dear.
yeah, my
Yeah, no,
fun.
I honestly, Times 4K was like the coolest looking one in the show, and that's literally just
Oh,
because, oh, cool, he looks like a knight now. He has a cape and shit.
literally.
Like,
And
it's really, really cool.
and you know what could be
Like,
even more
his
funny?
design was like the coolest one in my opinion, but that's just me.
You know what could be even more funny? They make times 4K a Royal Knight trait.
No, no, he wouldn't
That
be.
would be that would be
He
funny as
wouldn't
hell.
be.
That would be funny as hell. But now they wouldn't, because Shalmon doesn't
Yeah.
go to the Royal Knight. So yeah, that is my final pick. So Joe, do you want to
Yeah.
go over your top 3?
So my top three were first one was rookies for the chosen children that can't add the chosen children. So Gabumon for Joe, Tentamon for Izzy, etc., etc. it was other hero tamers that don't work for Hero Digimon, but Davis is really just the main problem kid. So Davis Motomiya from 22.
Fun.
And then it's Diabormon X and Kaomon X that aren't in the game. I want to be added. So
Yep.
2 ads and 1 errata thing.
Yep. My third pick was Shamon times 2. Needs the cross heart trait like Jesus Christ. Nightmon and Pawn Chess Pawn, they create them with the cross heart trait. And then Shoutmon times 4K. Make me my boy with the cape. So that was our top 3 discussion of our raising
It's a good one. I
phase.
quite liked that one. Maybe we should go back to that one
Thank you very
in the
much.
future. It
If
was
you
really
guys
fun.
have any suggestions for a top 3
Yes,
topic,
put down your ones
put it
below.
down in the comments below, and we will hopefully
Limit it to
use them.
3.
Yep.
We limit you to 3 like we were, otherwise the comments could potentially be endless.
Yep. Exactly.
For one person. But yeah, so
Also,
your top 3. What's your top 3?
yeah. Also, if you have any actual top 3 topics you want us to do, like what are your top 3 from this or this or this? Please put them in the comments below, and we'll use them in
That'd
a
be really
future
cool.
video. So, all right, we will see you guys in the next phase. Bye bye.
When you have to face a fight, be strong, give it all your might.
And welcome back, Tamers, to our main phase, which is the main topic of discussion. And today we're going to be talking about the band list that's going to be coming out on the 23rd of August. And our hopes, wants, needs for it. Or cards
All of our Christmas wishes.
all of our Christmas wishes come true, hopefully. And also cards coming off the restricted list that you want to see.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
yeah, we'll start it off with that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the so if we should we go through the current list? I guess it's a big
Yeah,
list.
we can start off with that.
It's a big list.
Yes, we're very
So
organised.
let's go with the current list. We probably won't list everything off, otherwise we could be here till Sunday. Next week.
We can list
So
some see some key cards, like
the
cards we personally want to come off. So
yeah,
anything you're
we'll go through
looking.
the only 2 banned cards though. So the only 2 banned cards are Matashida, which added to this from BT2, and Mega Digimon Fusion from BT5. I guess we can talk about those because they're like the
Never
special
come off.
ones.
Never come off the ban list, please, God.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
No.
the only I don't know. Like the only way these could ever come off is if you errata them. Like for
Yeah.
something, I don't know what it possibly could be. Because we have level 7s, like Mega Digimon Fusion made sense early in the game because there was like only 2 level 7, like there was only like 4 level 7s, and that was like the odd Chaosmon, the 1 Millenniumon, and the 2 Omnimon forms or something like that. There's like one more.
Yeah.
There were so few level 7s in it basically that it kind of made sense that this card be a thing. But now we've got so many. This card would be none.
Yeah. Exactly.
Go from 6 to 7 for cost of -6. Okay, it was my only detrimental that goes puts to the bottom layer in his deck. Okay.
But also,
Yeah.
looking at it, you still have to meet the white color requirement.
I mean,
It doesn't say if you have this Digimon or
yeah,
a color on board, ignore this color requirement. It's just a white option.
yeah, so you can see the white tamer somewhere, but we got so many white tamers to the point where even one of them's a common. You know, it's like, and it's a mem setter, which
Mhm.
I could see people just easily using that. People just go to analog if anyway, but you know, we have
Yeah,
so many
true.
options and ways to trigger this. I think it's yeah. Neither of these cards I think warrant coming off.
Matashida for purple hybrid on its own, let alone.
It's yeah, it Matt Sheeter's kind of like proved that with that it's just dated.
Yep.
It was fine when it was out, but now we're like 10, like we're 30 plus sets into the game. It's too generic. And I love Digimon for being how generic it is. Like it's always been its selling point to me. One of them. It's just like it's so free. It's freedom to do anything you want. But sometimes there's just as the game goes, you're too free. Like you're too good to go. And I think Matt's just one of those. And I think we're definitely going to go into another two problem cards because they're like where it's like when you came out you're fine and now you're too good. You're too unrestricted. What about restricted cards? What's your hopes? Because we were talking about this earlier before the podcast. Like things coming off the list to me personally is always going to be biased. Like
Oh yeah,
I don't
100%.
ever see someone talk about in all card games I've been in where it's just like, oh, we're talking about the Banlist and come on. It's just like there's always a little bit of bias in it.
Oh yeah,
In my
100%.
personal opinion.
I don't think a single person talking about a card coming off the restricted list being like, oh yeah, because like the implications of
This
many
is for
different decks.
everyone.
Like,
Like,
no, really? How many times have you played this card? Let's have a look at the list. A million times.
you play this color.
Yeah. So I think there's only two cards I'd like to talk about personally on the restricted list. Like I could talk about the Geogray, but I have seen the implications of that in yellow and red decks. That card is stupidly broken. It being on the restricted list, yes, stay there, please. I could talk about the Pokemon that gives jamming. That is so easy to trigger. Hell no. Stay on the restricted list.
My only argument to Pokemon being on there is like, well, they've given us like 1,000 rookies that have jamming on it.
Yeah. Like, that's the only
If
other
you
issue.
really
Like,
want jamming, you would play 12 rookies with jamming.
Exactly.
I don't see Pokemon being there.
Yeah. There's a few other cards that catch my eye that I would could talk about, but they're not really specific. Like reinforcement memory boost. I don't think it needs to come off. Giving 3 memory off a memory boost was a ridiculous idea in the first place, so I don't think it's needed. Sunrise Buster. That card is stupidly broken. Stay on the ban list, please. Like, there are so many cards that we could talk about, but there's only 2 cards that I personally want to come off the ban list. One of them is a definitely controversial topic, which we'll get to, but my first pick is going to be Shaolin Times 4. Now, I have multiple reasons this card should come off. I understand it is broken. 1 cost level 4 that you can hard drop, and on play draw 2. Understandable, that's broken. But we are in the current meta where 8k DP don't mean squat. Seriously, it doesn't mean jack. So being able to, yes, hard drop this for 1 and then immediately swing his rush. I know that has pissed off so many of my mates. I know it's pissed off Joe. I know it's pissed off Chris. I know it's pissed off so many people that it's like, oh, you get rushed. That's so bull. Yes, that's the whole point of cross-up.
My only problem isn't with the crosses. It's with Shoutmon himself. Like,
Give
why
you
do they
rush.
just give you rush? Like, that's just stupid.
Yes, and I understand
Drop
it
a
is...
4 for 1 memory. I don't care.
Yes, and I understand that is
You
broken.
shouldn't be able to swing.
I understand that, but I think because the whole problem with this card is its end of attack effect. Whereas if this card basically, if it lives with its swing, it gets
recycles too easily.
It recycles its entire stack underneath one of your tamers and then unsuspends a tamer. So if you use a tamer to suspend, you're getting that tamer back and you can cross again. So if you have multiple cross 4s in your hand, you can do that. You can do all 4 cross 4s for any 4 member.
Yeah, that was like the main problem. It's the combination of recycling itself and drawing cards.
Yes, but
this is like you just draw to more cross 4s and you just do it all over again.
Yes.
So it's like that was the problem. If they removed one of those effects and kept the other one, it'd be fine.
If it was a simple on play draw 2 and then end of attack, delete this Digimon and put everything under a tamer, get rid of the unsuspend, that would be fine. I think getting...
No, I don't think it should even delete itself. It should just be either on play draw 2 and that's it,
or
and
end
then
of attack.
The standard material save, or just end of attack.
Yeah, which is fair enough. But
having having both is just ridiculous.
But we are in
creating loops.
Yes, I kind of understand, like, oh yeah, where it can be problems and everything. But in the current meta, there are so many aces that can deal with it. So many different
Oh yeah,
commission cards that can
now
deal
it's
with it.
dated.
It's like, it is one of the dated cards, which is why I'm like, why is it still on the ban list? This card is not broken in current sense. Time sense, it was broken when it came out. Current sense, it is the least broken card in the game. There are so many more broken cards that we are going to be talking about later that can be like...
Like the guy next to him, Mirage Galgamon.
Literally, Mirage Galcamon on the list we're looking at. Mirage Galcamon is sitting right next to him, and he is more of a broken card than anything.
He's
And he...
to go on the ban list.
Exactly. He should have... Like, the amount of Mirage Galga games
Yeah.
I've had that have royally screwed me because of that card. Because it's only a one-off, but the amount of times they see it as a one-off, it's like, screw me.
Still there.
So I think Shaman times 4 coming
Yeah.
off is like one of the biggest gripes. So, yeah. And do you want to talk about one, or...?
Yeah, I'll just quickly go over one bias pick
A
for
Pokemon?
now, and then we go back to yours. No, Pokemon needs to stay. Thank God. The new one's fine. I like what they're doing with the new one, so I wouldn't want Wish for something to come off the list when I know Bandai's giving me another one.
Yeah, fair.
Like, if Bandai wasn't giving me another one, I would maybe argue that Apocalypse should, like, there is somewhat arguments for Apocalypse to come back. It's like, you just hit the big boss monster of your deck and you're not replacing him.
Yeah. I'm looking over this list. I'm trying to find...
Since they are replacing him, it's like
I'm trying to find what you're going to talk about. Like, what do you want off?
My first bias pick is actually going to be Jet Silvermon.
That
think
is
it's
an
fine.
interesting choice.
Honestly, I think it's fine.
Jet Sylphie.
Like, it's fine. It wasn't fine in BT7.
When one of your Digimon with a Tamer card in its digital...
The main thing is that you pay 1, you recover 1. Like, that was like the main thing with it.
If a card
And
with
that's
a
what
hybrid
people
trait
hated.
is in its Digimon distribution cards, which cover 1.
Yeah.
I
So
mean...
in a yellow hybrid deck, you pay 1 memory.
Yeah, you pay 1, you recover 1.
Con is broken.
Yes.
But we have a million things that recover 1 for free.
Yeah.
Like, what feels like. So I feel like for a yellow hybrid deck to pay 1 memory to recover 1, at this point in the game, it's like whatever to me personally. I could probably hear a million people say, "Yeah, no, it's still broken. Come off, keep it there." But I don't know if he still talks about because I haven't watched his videos lately. Been too busy in like other videos that I watch.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mario is still like preaching Jet Steelfeed needs to come off the ban because he was a big yellow hybrid fanboy, big player.
Well, also you've got to think.
Honestly, I agree with him. Like at this point in the game, what Jet Steelfeed's doing is nothing comparison to like what everything else is doing in the game. Like if we can have Gear Loop, there's no reason why yellow hybrid can not pay 1 memory to gain 1 speed.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to have it off because I never got test around with yellow hybrid. I didn't get to the yellow hybrid till I started helping you with crop art.
Wow, really? Oh yeah, because we thought
of the yellow hybrid engine we just shoved in it.
And we were like, and you were
that
like,
was like my only time actually testing it, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
But at that point, Jet Selfie was at 1. And I'm like, yeah, nah, cool. Let's really like mess around with it.
Fair.
But I'd love to try and like mess around with a Shine Greymon package with yellow hybrid, Jet Selfie, blah blah blah. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And still, comparing to other decks in the game, it wouldn't be as broken. If you disagree with me in the comments, just put it down. Give me amplitude of reasons if you want as to why. No, Jet Selfie's still busted. Keep it away. It's just me can't help but comparing it to what we have. It's like, why is this broken and not allowed when everything else is here and they're allowed?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's my first one. So go on, preach to me why you still think Fenrir wants to.
I love how you just was just putting it out there. I was gonna say,
No,
yeah, this one's gonna be controversial, but okay. Reason why is
they're
because
confidential, and it's not a Pokemon. It's like, okay, cool, yeah, go on.
no, this is very much
Fenrir.
because when we got a new Fenrir, yes, and I understand where you're coming from. If Bandai gives you something else and they hit one of the other ones, and they give you some like another Digimon with the same name, but they do it something differently, but then they reduce the other one. Okay, fair enough. You'll put your hands held high. But
Yeah.
the Fenrir Luger we got was so bad, I stopped playing the deck. If you want to play if you want to play CS now, you don't play Fenrir Luger base. You play Pulsemon base. You can't play it any other way. You
He's just a
can't.
hard evolve into it.
No, it's so dumb. Yes, technically speaking, you can still run Fenrir Luger. All you do is you change out 3 of them for the other 3. But that's not the point. The whole point is you need to see this card because of what it does. I understand it is broken, but I think they should make if they're going to keep this on the restricted list, they need to give a new Fenrir Luger, give it all the same effects and everything.
Online, yeah.
But it's when Digivolving Effect says, I preach this to Chris, and Chris kind and agrees with me because it balances the card out. Make the deck more trash focused because you try and get your trash up as quickly as possible, but make it even more trash focused. Give it a when Digivolving and say if EG's in this Digimon Solution cards, and you may play a level 3 CS. What is it?
Oh,
CS?
I see where you're going with this.
SOC trait
every
or Seeker's
add
trait.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For every X amount of cards, and let Bandai decide how many, add 1 level to this card's add this 1 level to this card's play of whatever it does.
Yeah,
So,
level, yeah.
yes.
No, makes sense.
And then...
But you can't do it turn 2.
No.
Because, like...
Because you
if
need
you're
to build up
starting
your
at
trash.
3, add 10, you need to have, 30 cards.
Yes. If it's even if it's for every 5 cards to get up to level 6 to play out the Kazuchimon, you need 5 to go to 4, 10 to level 5, 15 to level 6. You need minimum 15 cards. That's that's going to be over a quarter of your deck gone to trash. So that means the deck becomes more trash focused, which means you probably will see some changes in the deck list. So I would be praying the trash memory boost and everything and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's then harder to pull off. Yes, you still have the inherent of the end condition is now your opponent having 3 or more memory, and then you can still go into the Takame Kazuchi. Yes, that's the broken part, but that's the whole point of the deck. You go into this card, and you're basically going for game at that point. You're just trying to build up your trash more quickly then. I see that as being like, okay, yes, this card is broken because it just plays out a Fanglongmon or a Kazuchimon from trash straight without paying the cost. Fair enough. But if they just added with X amount of cards in your trash add a level, you're playing a level 3 SO. It says play a level 3 SOC or Seeker's trait. Make that the new, what it's playing, and then X cards, and then return it to the...
Yeah, so then, worst case scenario, I played a level 5 back, and oh, cool, I still got turn. Hard evolving Sushi, I don't know.
So, because it says, at the end of your opponent's turn, return the card to your hand.
No, but, if you got into Fenrir, it's still your turn.
Yeah.
And then, so you only have enough to play back at level 5. You can still just play back at level 5, and then just hard evolve that 5 into Kazuchi, and then do your DNA shenanigans.
Or
it adds a little bit of thing, but you're removing, you're keeping the play and you're keeping the strat, but you're removing it being done turn 2.
Exactly.
And that's what people's problem with it. I think it's just why are they going to level 7 and wiping for security on turn 2?
Exactly.
In a DNA deck, not even Imperial does this.
No.
So, I know I quite like that idea. It's the first time I've heard you saying about it. I quite like that mechanic.
I thought I told you.
No, you just always said you'd bring back Fenrir Luger. It's not, bro.
Yeah, fair.
No, that's wrong.
So, yes, I understand if they're gonna...
No, but adding in... It's probably the first time I've heard someone saying, adding in the trashing mechanic is actually fixing a card.
Because the whole point of Fenrir of
Most people
cut,
hate trashing.
yeah, because before that hit the ban
Not
list,
how
the
broken
whole
it is.
point of the Takame Kazuchi deck is that you get the level 7 to trash and you get the Kazuchi to trash, you get your opponent down to full security, and you have game. That's all you need to do. So adding the extra
Yeah.
layer of having enough cards to play that Kazuchi balances the deck out in my mind. And then
Yeah, yeah.
it fixes the deck every way which possible. Yes, then technically you could run 3 of that card, 1 of this card, but then that fixes the deck even more so. Yes, this is still restricted, but you have another way. You don't use that as your right. All I need is Kazuchi and
Yeah.
my
They
18
could
pass.
kill me turn 2,
Exactly, it's a
but there's a more
possibility.
chance they're gonna actually kill me in turn like 6.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh,
I'm gonna live.
yeah, that just
Yeah.
means that more of the deck has to go to trashing, which means I have to play more analog use, more of the memory card that trashes 2 cards from my deck,
Yeah,
and I
you're
might,
changing your deck strategy, but that's fine.
yeah,
I have no problem with people changing a deck strategy to make something crazy, because I'm forcing you to play differently.
exactly.
There's a form of deck creativity in playstyle. Like, yeah, no, I think that's pretty good. I quite like that. Yeah,
Exactly.
I quite like that idea. And again, it's a weird way where adding a purple mechanic is actually fixing it.
Yeah.
Normally people hate mill decks, but you're adding a mill strat to a deck that doesn't traditionally mill.
Like, I'm looking at the
Like,
Fenrir
none of the
Luger.
line mills.
Like, the Fenrir Luger we got was absolutely dog. Like, it's got Scapegoat, first of all, which is not a great effect, to be honest. Then it's when Digivolving, you may play a level 4 or lower SOC or Seeker's Trait Digimon card from the trash without paying the cost. All turns, when Tamer cards are placed in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, activate one of this Digimon's Digivolution cards, then one of your Digimon may attack. Inherent, when any of your Digimon's opponent's Digimons are deleted. If this Digimon has Fenrir Luger in its name, trash your opponent's top security card. It is trying to be old Fenrir Luger so hard, but still trying to add the new Seeker stuff in, and it doesn't work.
You said it plays a level 4 Seekers.
SOC or lower Seeker trait Digimon. That's why I'm saying it works more in Pulsemon. Because this card can go Digivolve on a Soul Luger.
Yeah, no, I was
Seekers.
just checking if like the level 4s force an evolution.
Nope, none of them do.
They don't. So that would have been like the way. Like if the other line just like themselves to like that makes sense.
It's trying to be old Fenrir Luger, but with new Seeker stuff so badly, and it just flops on its face.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's helping you go wide and it's holding its own scapegoat, but you're not. It's not forcing the other. There's nothing forcing the other thing you play to get to level 6.
Yeah, it's just not fun.
Yeah. If there was one of them that says, "Oh, if I get played, if I have X thing, I get to evolve again,"
Yeah.
it's like that would make sense.
But then it's
Because
like,
it's doing what your idea wants to do.
yeah, but then it's also saying like, oh yeah, I also get to, when you add a tamer underneath, when you want to be doing that earlier anyway. So it's like even weirder. Because most of the time, if you're going into this older Fenrir Luger, you're going from a level. Yes, I understand going from a level 3 all the way up into a level 6 is kind of busted. But what deck doesn't nowadays? Like,
Yeah.
what deck?
I mean, you got the freaking, you got the Chronicle deck, which is just like every time I evolve this guy, it's putting the other guy in the back. It's like,
Exactly.
okay, cool.
So it's like, oh yeah, cool. I go into a level 6 quickly anyway. So getting a new this is why I'm begging for a new Fenrir Luger, but make it like this one. You can even get rid of the all turns once per turn when one of your Digimon or Tamers have the SOC trait or Pulse 1 in text play delete one of your opponent's 10,000 or less DP. You could even get rid of its all turns effect. Just give it the when Digivolving. If EG is underneath its Digivolution, play a level 3 or lower SOC or Seeker's Trait Digimon from your trash, but for every 10 or 5 cards, I say 5 because that's a little bit more balanced. 10 means you have to have 10 to 4, 20 to 5,
No,
30
yeah.
cards in your trash
It's
just to
just
get to
most people,
6.
most things say 10, so I just jumped to 10. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, it would do 5.
yeah,
Yeah, you
5.
just do 5.
Yeah, 5 cards because it's a nice split number.
5 if you want to do yours, 10 if you want to do both players trash.
Yeah,
But I see no reason for that deck to do both players trash.
yeah. If it says 10 if both
Um,
players trash, that's
if you just do
fine.
5 that's yours, it's fine.
Yeah, and then play a, and then return it to your at the end of your opponent's turn. Return it to the hand. You could get rid of the all turns and just keep the normal inherent of if this card is Fenrir Luger and its name the end condition is your opponent having 3 memory. That is fine by me. But
Hmm.
it's just annoying that they ban this card. They're like, oh yeah, here's another Fenrir Luger. It's complete dog shit, but here you go.
Yeah.
You just kill off a
They
deck.
banned it without planning a guy to do a similar thing, but no.
Basically, it's either you rolled
Yeah.
old Fenrir Luger, which is unreliable at best, or you're playing Seekers, which is Pulsemon based.
Yeah.
And I would try the
I
Pulsemon.
love how your main problem is that Pulse One exists.
No, I don't have a problem with Pulsemon. I just don't like playing it. That's the only issue. I'm
Pulse
not
One
a
exists.
fan. I understand people are fans of Pulsemon, and that's no gripe against you lot.
In all
Pulsemon
honesty,
fans, I have no problem with any Digimon deck. There are a few I actually do have a problem with, but that's a later video idea.
no,
But
but because Pulse One exists, the identity is split into 2.
literally,
And so because the deck isn't focused on one identity, you don't like
I like
the
my
other one's the
dogs.
problem.
I like my dogs, okay? Doggo
But
is good.
to be fair, they kind of broken Fenriluga from the get-go. They knew Takumi Kazuchi was in development. Like, there's no way they're making the Pulsemon line and Fenriluga line without the idea that at one point in stage they're going to merge.
Yeah.
So they probably had it. If they had Takumi Kazuchi already planned out when they released the first Fenrir deck, then it was broken from the start.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it should have been a DNA deck from the beginning. But they made it 2 separate decks. Then they made one level 7 to try and merge them. 2 strategies that can't merge, and you want to merge them.
Yeah.
Then they made another guy to try and just cheat out the other one, and they made it 2. So they should have waited until, like, the first time they made the Takamika strategy, actually make it the Seeker's deck. Like, if the Seeker's deck was the strategy from day one, it's like, yeah, cool, it's fine. You had your identity already planned, and then the actual support would have been to upgrade that and make it a bit more speedy. But yeah, I think they just fudged themselves
Like
when they knew, oh, we're gonna DNA these guys. Oh, we haven't made the decks DNA these guys. We messed up.
Well, here's the thing. They tried to also remedy it by trying to making the Fenrir Luga Takamikazuchi ace, but even then,
Yeah,
people only play it at 1.
like,
Like, it doesn't replace your level 7.
I mean, there is ways where you can make the ace like the whole strategy by playing like the double line to want your opponent into you. Which then the new Fenrir playing out an FOC level 4 makes sense. Because you spit out Dorumon, Dorumon forces your opponent to attack. I think, and then like Goromon, whatever it is, and then so then right, you're forcing them to attack, you pass an ace,
Yeah.
and
Well, it's
then
a
you're getting it
blast.
off.
It's a blast DNA.
Yeah, so you'd have to have your other guy in hand.
Yeah.
It's like easier. It's easier to get something in hand than it is
Yeah.
because you just search. You just play boost, keep searching, you climb up. As you're searching for the piece with the boost, you're actually fueling the mouse to make your climb, to make your play. And it's like, okay, cool, done. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's ways, but there's just been so many new decks that people don't want to actually play Dog anymore.
Yeah.
Fenrilugamon. And the people who do just probably jump to Dodogoromon anyway.
Yeah. Is there any
um,
other cards on the restricted list you would like to come off?
Greymon X.
Your turn. When this Digimon would digivolve into a card with Greymon in its name, reduce the cost
I
per card
just
for
want
each
more
card.
one-cost Metal Greymon. Thank you.
No!
Yeah. No.
All this.
In
Wait.
honestly, Grand Quagmon. Like, if
Grand
I were to take one
Quagga.
other card off the list that I personally think doesn't need to be in the list anymore, is Grand Quagmon.
Grand Quagga. Digiburst
When
2.
Dex can do 5 checks effortlessly, why is Grand Quagmon a problem?
Digiburst 2. One of your opponent's.
Gain step +1. Like, okay,
And, yeah,
cool.
it's not even that. It's only
Like,
11k.
it's not a problem. It honestly isn't a problem.
Yeah, when.
In comparison to other,
And
like,
also, when you're
there
getting rid
is
of.
nothing inherently that Grand Quagmon does that other decks aren't doing easier. Like, I'm having to make a stack in green, which is like already a problem because I'm playing green.
Green just has not had a good time.
I'm making the stack, and then I have to digiburst my stuff away. So I'm losing good inherentables to just gain security attack. So
At
it's
11k
like,
as well, when there's a lot of stuff that goes higher.
yeah. And it's just like, yeah, cool. And then going to Grandis, who is like, what, maybe pathetic. But I'm just getting a few checks with no protection, no inherent, only just this bunch of security
The
attack and
only
big
thing I
DP.
see that this card
Else
can
is
do.
doing that, but with good inherents.
Yeah. The only
Balance
way.
one?
Yeah, the only way I see this card being good is that if you can Digivolve into 3, Digiburst as many times as possible, and then go into a level 7, still keeping turn, and then swinging with all those checks, because it gains the set +1, so it will
Yeah,
transfer
that's the whole
over.
point. You go into Grandis, the X antibody version, you've got all the security attack and a big DP boost. But now you're at this point, you're just a big vanilla with a lot of security attack and
Then you gotta hope to God you
but
don't hit
like
like Gaia Force.
does that already. And has inherentables
Yeah.
and has recursion and has protection. What's Grandis doing? Like, I feel like Grand Kawagamon just doesn't need to be on here anymore. Um, like, so if I were to pick two things to actually come back to war, it's Jet Stilthy and Grand Kawagamon. Purely on the idea, the quick idea, just quickly thinking about it. What are these cards doing that other decks are already doing, but in a more busted way?
Yeah.
And I feel like these aren't doing that. They're actually worse. Why are they still here? Like, it just makes no sense to me
Exactly.
whatsoever.
Yeah, the two cards
But
though. And the two
the
cards.
biggest change,
Yes.
but just quickly going over one as well. You said
Obviously,
cross 4.
yeah, cross 4, and
Was,
either bring the Fenriluga. Bring in a Fenriluga that can do what that one can, but make it a trash needing level go up levels requirement, or bring it off the restricted list entirely. Because so many other decks can turn 2 you now, or even turn 1 you, is ridiculous, and Fenriluga getting hit so hard that it did was like, why?
yeah. I still think Balmon's the problem.
I
But
understand that.
that's just me.
Yes,
Balmon should have just been once per turn.
everyone thinks that
Um,
the ban list was going to be Balmon gets hit to 1. Yes, that
yeah,
means kind of kills the deck, and I had the defense being like, it doesn't really, because then there is another Balmon that does the same thing, but it's only once per turn. So you run that
yeah,
at
that's the thing.
4.
That's the fix.
Yeah,
You just make it once per turn.
yeah,
You shouldn't have been able to climb for
which they did.
constantly.
Yes, which they
That
did.
was the problem.
And then all you do is you're like, okay, cool, I now run 5 eggs. I run 4 of the one-offs, the 4 of the once per turns, and
People
one
just
of
won
the...
one egg.
Yeah,
Play the one restricted egg and that's it.
yeah, you
Never
could do
moved
that.
up from Raven.
Which they were like, oh, that's another problem. But then it's like, oh no, we're going to kill the level 6 that is
Oh,
like the most
I removed that one stack. You're not doing it again.
Exactly.
Um,
So that's why
I
I would
think
just
that
play
yeah, I
5/8.
just think Almond was the problem
Yeah.
personally.
So going on to
No, my ultimate fix of the ban list
yes,
is make a restriction to 2.
that's what I put. That's what I put. I was gonna say this. I was like, right, something they could do
Stuff to 2,
is instead of just having a
not
one
3.
restricted one.
3 is pointless,
No,
in my opinion.
yeah, because
Because
everything's
you'll see
divisible
it
by
as
2.
consistent. Yeah, you'll see everything consistently enough. 3 copies. But you could move so much of this stuff to 2 copies,
Mm.
and it's still hit enough that it's fine, but you'll actually get to do it more.
Like
So like if I had a,
moving
I'd
only
put,
cards from the
I
restricted one
would,
ofs.
I would move the X antibodies to 2.
Yep.
Honestly, Greymon X, Numa X, Guru X, Gabu X, I'd put them all to 2. Impmon, no. Impmon stays.
Really?
Yeah. At
Kazuchimon?
2 copies. It's because of what Impmon does to me. Having it at more than 1 would be too much. Because it just needs to be trashed
Yeah, fair.
to get its effect, and that's why it's broken. So if you have 2 copies, there's more chance. And it just feels more trash. Where Grumon to the hybrids, I think, could go to 2. Ukamon and Louis could maybe go to 2. Stingmon, no, I think, because there's
Yeah.
just too much draw.
That deck already has too much draw power alone, let alone getting Stingmon back up to 2.
I think
I don't think Hammers.
Sunrise Buster can go to 2. Dollar Greymon can go to 2. Reinforcing Memory Boost, I think that can just come off.
Yeah, because it's already
Honestly,
in
I think that can
6.
come off. When it was out, it was busted. But where we are now, I think it's fine. Personally, paying 6 memory to just 1 card and getting 1 security is like whatever.
Like,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
getting free memory back, but you know we're having so many Digimon that give you free memory that it's irrelevant
yeah,
at this point.
exactly. Bukamon, I think, could go to 2.
Blossomon can go to 2. Argomon
Fembuka.
can go to 2. I mean, again, you're playing green to use these cards, so that's all.
Yeah.
Pokemon can go to 2. I think Geo Greymon can go to 2. Honestly,
Ooh, that's a little bit of a stretch.
I think it
I
is.
think it's too powerful to go
It
to
gives
2
you 1 tamer. Whoop-de-doo.
and recover 1
I'm sorry, whoop-de-doo.
and recover 1.
And
I don't know.
honestly, I don't. For what it does, I don't think it warrants being at 1. I think 2 would be fine.
All I'm saying, Mirage Galga,
I
stay
used
on
to
that
see it
restricted
1
list.
more. Um,
Mirage Galga, stay on the
you could
restricted.
maybe make arguments for Geogramon to stay at 1. It's just like being able to do it once, whoop-de-doo, but being able to do it twice, that's
Yeah.
maybe, but I don't know. Sharpmon times 4 can easily go to 2.
Yay.
I think, honestly.
Mirage Gal can stay. Mirage Gal can stay 100%.
Yeah, everything else I haven't said, should just stay at 1. But yeah, 2 would be fine. I think if you hit 2, restrict something by half, you're seeing it 50% less.
Yeah.
A lot of the reason why these cards were busted is because you got to see them times. Halving the amount of times you can do it actually makes them like less broken
Exactly.
inherently. I think a lot of these things they just had to put it to about the idea of having 2 copies of something. But I honestly think that's something Bandai should be looking at. Having a semi-restricted list. Because right now it's just restricted or banned. Or you
Yeah.
come off. And a lot of these things aren't, but a lot of these things could be seen a little bit more. And that's what you kind of need to do. Also, the semi-restricted list is your best way to test.
Yeah.
Like, if you think something can come off, but you're unsure, put it to 2. Let's see what happens when you see it twice as much.
Yeah, then instead of the one-offs.
And then if seeing it twice as much is too much, it's back to one. You
Exactly.
know what I mean? That's what I think the Banlist kind of needs at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% agreeing
Um,
with you at that point.
but what do we think should be added to the
Right,
Banlist?
I am going
So we
to.
made a
Yes.
list. So we have our own. This is literally made for our own community. I really need to learn to try and look at the camera. But I'm very good at doing. So we have our, as you probably all know, our own little community, our own little locals. And I say little, but it's growing very nicely. So thank you to
Yes, it
everyone
is.
who comes to our locals who listen, watch this.
Yes, based to everyone.
We appreciate you very much, and we love having you there. Um, so I made a community poll on our own Facebook. Um, what the community of the band
Yes.
made it so everyone can pick multiple things. Obviously, you're not just limited to one thing. I made it so that they can pick their own things.
And add stuff as well.
With obviously with actual good intentions, not just like a random. Oh, I want to see Blitz Digimon. It's like no,
Yeah.
mate, you know, it's like no.
You know what? I want to see
B,
every single gamma card hit the restricted list.
yeah, it's
Like
like
stuff
you
like
know,
that.
Bob, that's not happening. You're just biased. You're just being stupid.
Hmm.
So, with all seriousness, and I just want to give a big shout out to Shane because these picks. So, big thank you to you. And a big thank you to everyone else as well who contributed and made their choices and everything. So the top three, unsurprisingly, are all Guillemon related.
Literally.
So I started the list with Ground X and Gravity Crush, and Ground X from being from EX8, as they are technically two Groundmon X's. Um, as just kind of like the cornerstone of what this whole experiment project was for. Those are the top two picks.
Hmm.
Um, Ground X winning by probably like one or two picks. The third pick was Rough Guillemon.
Cards busted. There's no and if or buts about it. Like
Loot.
I understand people only play it at basically three of them in their deck, but even that's too much. Being able to just like basically play it out three times and being like, oh look, you only have two security, rush, rush, rush game.
The problem with Guillemon Rough Guillemon was that he cost three.
Exactly, even worse.
The only rough rookie we have in the game is Bushi Agumon, I believe, and he costs five.
So dumb. So
He was
busted.
made in set two or whatever, like set one. Like they they tried to reduce his play cost by adding a limitation. Limitation does that thing very consistently,
Hmm.
so it's basically irrelevant.
Yeah.
So um, I can see what they're trying to do, and I think if they put the limitation to security base in theming of Gallantmon likes to trash security, so you put a rush where it's like if your opponent has two security, gain one. I think that would be quite fair.
Hmm.
You're keeping it in theme with your top end, but it's only late game,
Yeah.
and you have to go into to remove that, or you have to do other things to remove that at a much less speed. I think. I don't know. Like you could, they could also then be arguments like, well, why would I need to play this for a rush game when you're playing as two security when I'm going to Gallant X to get rid of it all? Like so I don't know. I think if they did something like that, it'd be a little bit different. It'd be less of a.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, I could definitely see
it
that.
just means that you can't do one climb mill 10 die. Your opponent has four security. You play level 3 and he can swing straight away. It's just like I have to attack you three times. And level 3 can now just bounce you. I don't know. I just think if you did that, it'd be a little bit different. Yeah, not surprisingly, two hits are for the Guillemon Growl X and Guilmon Rush. Completely understandable. And Gravity Crush, everyone is universally just want like put all the zero cost game memory options to one. That's it.
Yeah, literally.
Just put them all to one. Just
Yeah.
get rid of them.
Just going back to Gil Rush as well, its rush effect is so easily triggerable that
That's what I'm saying.
trash
It's so
deck,
easy.
any deck that is able to build up its trash somewhat quickly is like, Gil Rush, 4
You-
of.
You put it in the color that mill.
Yeah.
How is this a limitation? You put it in black and say, if I have X cards in my trash, I gain rush. Cool. You put it in the color that doesn't mill.
Exactly.
Even if he was pure red and the entire Guilmon line was forever only pure red, and you
Yeah.
say, if I have X cards in trash, yeah, cool. Put it in the color that doesn't mill. But you put it in the color that does.
Yeah,
It's
which
just,
is dumb.
to me, it's stupid. It would be like me saying you can't shoot someone without a gun. Oh, here's a gun.
Yeah.
What? Like, or even a bit less. You can't kill someone unless you've been given a gun. Oh, here, I'll put you in a gun shop.
Literally. No, that's more.
It's like, you put me in a place where I can get the thing.
You put me in a
I
position
don't know.
of being that guy.
It's like, exactly. It's just like, I can't do X thing unless I achieve X, unless I achieve Y, but you put me in a location where I can achieve Y. Like,
No.
where is the limitation? Where's the restriction?
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that was just pure bad design.
If they got rid of the
Maybe
rush.
a lot of people argue Gil Rush is fine. The problem is that Growl X plays him for nothing. You gave him a champion that plays him out for free.
Ground X.
Which I can see argument. So I don't know. The Guilmon loop is one. I can honestly just see Bandai hitting them, and not just one. But a lot of discussion is like, if they only have to hit one thing, what do they hit? And I can honestly just see Bandai just hitting the button, so I just hit both. Just get rid of them both. You'll never have to deal with this issue again.
Yeah, because all it has to be is deleted, and then you play a great Guilmon card from your trash
Yeah.
without paying the cost.
It's like,
That
yeah,
is
cool.
so easy to do.
What do you hit? Do you hit the little guy that's hitting you in the face, or do you hit the teenager that's playing him out for free? Because like, what do you do?
Yeah. It's so stupid.
One note to go on topic with that, Alex, because when Alex is promo Digimon, and that he is also a problem because he can just recur the Growlmon X back every time. So like, let's say Bandai hits the Growlmon X and Guilmon, Rush Guilmon, cool. This loop is now restricted to one. Well, you've given us a promo egg that every time I die, I get a piece back, and that's just going to be Growlmon X every time. So I just keep doing the loop over and over and over again. So I
At
can make
least
another
it's
pack.
so it's slowed down a lot then, because like you said, it is on a promo Digimon, which is an egg. So that means it's reduced down. But
You have to have raids every time.
exactly. So which means it's turned down by at least, what is it, like a turn or something? It's turned
Yeah, you're
down by
not
a
doing
few
it
turns.
constantly over and over again in the same turn. You have to keep doing it
Exactly. So that's
every
why.
turn. But it's, yeah. The loop is still technically there, but it's not a 4-turn loop.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very interesting. So I can honestly see arguments that maybe future can be a problem, but it's gonna be it's an interesting one to see what happens there. The next lot, if we're moving away from Gilmon and the obvious zero cost options that give you mirror to go, a lot of people are wondering how it's gonna get hit.
What did you say?
And so a lot of people are wondering how Sakuyamon can get hit. Because people don't like being involved on the room mode with for easy, and completely understandable. So with a lot of our community, we've had a few requests for Sakuyamon X to go. We've had a few people saying that the plugin, the yellow scramble needs to go, and the choice restriction on yellow scramble to Sakuya. I was saying, Chris, yesterday, that I personally haven't heard anyone say and thought about, and that is just choice restrict yellow scramble to the sevens.
What do you mean by that?
You can't play yellow scramble with the arm and
Oh, like what they did with Shoto and Mother.
yeah.
Interesting
You're
choice.
taking out the
The problem.
seven from Sakuyamon, and you're still letting Sakuyamon.
Yeah, that's definitely a choice
It
to be
means
made.
because now, so like, because if you had it so that you can't play Sakuyamon with the seven, you're having to now pick the one card in the Sakuyamon that says, if this is in my deck, I can't play these two. Which is going to be a big pickle because you can just simply take out that guy and find a replacement. The obvious probably one in the line is Sakuyamon X. And now it's like, do you play Sakuyamon X or do you play the sevens? But I could probably see people just easily say Kwon X.
Yeah.
And I can still do it. It just costs one more memory.
Mm.
But if you take out Scramble or the seven, that's the problem. Because Sakuyamon loves Yellow Scramble. It is green plugin, but better.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
want to play that. 100% they want to play that. As a Sakuyamon player, I love Yellow Scramble. It's the best thing in the deck. And now, if you make me pick between do I play the best option card in my deck or the two Floodgatey level 7, that's harder for me to choose. So it's either I can pick the 7s and not be able to evolve into them for free, ever, or I take the 7s out and I can still OTK you. I just put in red plugin instead. But now I'm only doing it from Sukreme. Sukreme is now my only ever top end, unless they make a new yellow level 7. You can make arguments that people like, oh, well, they'll just put the old Chaos on my site, but no one's going to put old Chaos. Yeah,
So
that's nothing.
so you're saying you want it to be where if you play these level 7s, you can't play Yellow Scramble.
Yeah, 100%. I think
Right.
that's the fit.
Issue.
And I personally, maybe I have heard of it, but I can't remember hearing it.
So what?
And if someone has told me, big shout outs to you, I think you're on the right track here. I honestly think that's
Right.
if you voice restrict Yellow Scramble with the 7s. The argument that people might say is like, well, now the actual decks that use these 7s can't use Yellow Scramble. I'm sorry, Chaosmon never uses Yellow Scramble in the and I'm sorry, but Marcus Damon evolves
Joe, you cut
in
out, by the
Shine
way.
Greymon.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that,
Like the arguments people might say,
Yeah.
is that if you do this choice restriction, but now their decks can't do it. But Chaosmon doesn't use Scramble to go into the 7. The 6s do it, and their option helps them do it. So
Yeah.
that's irrelevant. And if your argument saying, well, now Marcus, the Shine Greymon deck can't go into mode. Well, I'm sorry, but Marcus Damon does nothing.
And also, Ruin Mode is very much a tech. And anyway, I'm very much going as a Shine Grey player anyway. Ruin Mode is kind of a tech anyway. Like, it's not what your deck wants to do. You want to basically stay as Shine or go into Shine Grey Burst Mode. So Ruin Mode is a tech anyway. And yes, that is more yellow base, but which means okay,
It's
cool.
the control variant.
If you
But
play
your control variant of Shine Greymon is just I play no burst mode, I play Ruin mode, and I'm just using my tamer to go into.
yeah, which
So it's like
I don't see the great appeal in.
I don't know.
I see it as like, right, okay, cool. If I take in a burst mode, if I take in a ruin mode, I can't use yellow scramble. Cool. I just replace my yellow scrambles with red scrambles. Done deal. I don't care if I'm
Yeah.
going into my room mode.
I just
If
can't use it to go to 7.
exactly.
Who cares?
But if I'm going into if I need rune mode more, it's like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna control your board for 2 turns, but during that middle turn, me like minusing 5k your board, and then the following turn, I'm having to set up a new stack ready for when the ruin mode goes bye-bye.
Yeah.
And the ruin mode kills itself. So it's like, right,
Yeah.
I'm delaying you, but then I'm also delaying myself. Why would I pay a scramble that I can't even play? So I'll just play this red scramble and do aggro version of my deck.
Yeah.
So
And then to anyone who says, well, now my random yellow deck that you scramble to go into mode can't do it anymore, your collateral damage. In all honesty, at that point, you just
that
you got
basically
the big
hurts.
problem over here, and this is what they're doing. If you're trying to mimic that outside of it, you're just the collateral.
You're just
It's
trying.
like you just are.
It's like
Like,
what can I like? It's like going to a store, buying a fake Gucci bag and saying I have Gucci, but you don't. You don't have Gucci.
yeah, you don't. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's if I was Bandai and I had to hit Sakuyamon, but without killing Sakuyamon, because we're making a structure deck later in the line that we want to sell, what would I do? This is what I would do. This choice restrict the scramble to the 7s.
Like they've done in the past.
So now you can make your pick.
Because
You
they have
evolve for 3 and stop at 6,
exactly.
or don't do that and keep your 7.
Exactly.
But now they cost 5 every time.
And they have proved in the past they can do this.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah, because they proved in the past they can put stuff as a combination ban, being like, right,
Yeah,
if you're
they've
playing
done it
this, you
twice.
can't. Yeah,
So,
they've done
like,
it twice. They did
They've made this a thing, so now we can utilize the
yeah.
prediction.
It's like they did the galaxy loop. They reduced that real quick.
Which we're going to talk about again.
And
There's
also
a new one.
and the most beneficial combination ban list was Mother D Reaper and Shoto. Which
My thing is
worth it.
I think they could have kept that.
No.
No, I think they could have kept it.
No, it's because
That's
that
me.
once
That's me.
it's because it became such a problem in decks that don't need their eggs as much, and it just was a problem, I think. And they saw the rise of people, just banging in Mother Shoto just for, okay, cool, I now have a 15k
But it
blocker.
wasn't popular. It honestly wasn't.
It was popular enough to where they had to do it.
No, it was popular for locals. And that's where it's most loud. Locals are loud because they're all over the place.
Exactly.
You have more locals. So if something's really common at local, it's louder to regional.
Yeah.
Regionals is recent because it's the big event, everyone's going to it, it's getting all the attention at that time, and it's like a 5-minute loud attention. So that's where like Bandai quickly looks at, because like this is end game. It's like if you're comparing it to movies, local is like Iron Man 1, Captain America 1, etc.
Of course, you went straight to
the
Marvel.
It's the mini guys, but Bandai looks at Avengers Endgame, that kind of the big things, the big end goals. That's what they look at for the ban list.
Mm.
But if something's big and loud at local, that's when Bandai has to have a look at it, and that's what I think Mother Shoto is. It's probably really bad and whatever it is, whatever that word is.
Analogy.
They just made everyone more confused. But to me, that's what Mother Shoto represents. It's so popular at local, and people are just like, get rid of it, no! And then it's like, if we don't do this, everyone's gonna get peeved. We have to do it.
Well, we all
But
thought
I
Mother
think it was
Shoto
fine.
I think it also became because we had a few regionals where
When Joe did really well.
and what's happened ever since? He hasn't been doing well at regionals ever since Mother Shoto got hit.
I know, Mother Shoto. Bro. It's
So
like me, I think, with Knuckles. I just need to play that again.
yeah,
Clearly, that might be my Mother Shoto. But yeah, that's our discussion here. Um, Going quickly to what you hinted at, Loop. There's a new one, and guess who's involved?
Galaxy.
Po and Sayo. So, to anyone who doesn't know what this loop does, I don't know if even you know about it, Billy, but it involves the Blue Cone Sayo tamer to skip turns. And it is in combination with Time Map, uh, where if a Digimon is played,
Oh no.
gain one memory if you have a Greymon name, and one memory if you have a Greymon name. The goal of the deck is to
Oh no.
flood your board with these,
No,
and
no,
one
no.
current Sayo. You have a BT5, I think, or BT3 Rise Greymon on board. We can Digiburst 2 to play a red or yellow tamer. So you just use him with a bunch of inherents, spit out these time mats. You play one Galaxy level 3, primarily it's Coronamon because it's red,
Right.
so it fits into the red deck theming. And you tuck in Spidermon from Legend Arms underneath it for like one memory to
Okay.
draw a card. Pass turn. You pass your turn at like one memory or one or two memory, whatever, it doesn't matter. You then trigger current Sayo,
Okay.
select your Coronamon, who is a level 3, Galaxy, Light Fang Nightfall, whatever. And now you can play a level 3 out. So you play out Spidermon. A Digimon got played, Time Max see that a Digimon got played, they check the board. Oh, there's a Rise Greymon over here. A Greymon name.
Oh no.
Tap, 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 gain a memory for each. Pass turn. All at the start of your opponent's turn.
So do they even
You,
draw?
they don't draw. It's at the start of their turn.
Wait, no. So if they have a
Current
okay.
Sayo works at start of turn. Start of turn, then
Oh,
draw.
no. Okay. Only
Or
problem
start
is
turn, unsuspend, then draw.
right. Only problem I see with this is you need all four because as soon as they put a memory setter out and you don't have all four on board,
So
you
this is the other thing. Oh no, but what if they have a mem setter out? They've got free memory.
no because you have four tamers,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
gain four memory
Uh,
back.
yeah, so if you the more tamers you have one Digimon out, cool. But it says gain one if you have a Greymon, gain one if you have a Guru.
Oh
I'll
no,
just
you can
play
gain two from each.
I'll just play Where Gurumon Ace, who costs 4 memory to play. Oh, now I'm gonna gain 6 memory back. If I have 3 times the map one.
That's stupid.
Now it's set to 3. After you've been set to 3.
That's
This is
dumb.
the new loop. Honestly,
That's
it's a
actually
worse
ridiculous.
loop. It's ridiculous. It's a worse loop than the first one, coherently. It takes more resources. You need to make ridiculous Rise Greymon stack to God knows how many.
Yeah.
So you need to have like a 6 stack of 5. Um, so people are finding ways with like Galaxy Engine to just progressing up. People are playing Red Hybrid, burning for 1, greening for nothing, burning for 1, just keep going up that way.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's my own personal way, I'll just use Gamamon.
Hmm.
Hero, 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 hero. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Um, but so it's a worse loop, but it's a loop. And it's a turn skip loop, which is a problem. So now a lot of people are thinking, well, how does this go before it becomes a big problem? It's only being popular in Japan or Asian countries,
Hmm.
at locals,
Okay.
thank God.
If they saw it at regionals, that would have been a
Just thank God.
they would have done an
Um,
emergency combination ban list.
yeah. But people are like, get rid of it now before. Uh, a few people are saying that Koensai needs to go, and I completely agree. Just ban it.
What, like straight ban or
Uh,
restricted?
Ban it. Just get rid of it. Just get
Wow.
rid of it. So there was a few people saying, "Oh, cool! Now you got a choice restrict Koensai again. What do you do?" I made a funny joke and just say choice restrict Koensai with the trait Legend Arms.
Wow.
Everything, both loops involved Legend Arms Digimon. First one was Promo Zudamon, and this one is now using the ones that can touch from hand to gain a memory, for a memory. So at this point, if you're going to choice restrict it, choice restrict this tamer with this trait. You can't use them. Done.
Fair.
But then you're just out to like steps from now. Oh, there's another Digimon trait that can just load itself for free or whatever and play itself out. There we go. Doing it again. So I think at this point, ban that tamer. Get rid of it. The deck doesn't need it. If your argument to hitting the tamer is called Galaxy can't DNA, have you read Apollomon Ace?
Yeah.
End of turn DNA.
True.
All
Very
you're
true.
doing is that you can't DNA on your opponent's turn. That's the only thing that banning that tamer does. Is that you can't do it now on your opponent's turn because the ace now exists and you can now do it at end of turn on your turn. You just have to drop an ace for 6 memory. Whereas
Yeah, fair.
I don't know if you have any points to that.
No, not
It's
really. I
like
mean,
for
I'm
these
pretty.
loop strategies.
Yeah, with
Just
these
like
loop
what do you do?
strategies, they've just got to
You just,
find the combo that is
yeah,
the problem, like the real heart of the problem. Because they did that with the Galaxy loop. They found the heart of the problem being like, right, if you play this card, you can't play this card. If you play this card, you can't play
yeah.
the other card.
Which
Simple
at
as.
first worked, and now people just found another way of doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, cool. If the snake has happened again, what do you do?
I
Do you just
think
lock the snake in
going.
another cage, or do you
No,
hurt the
I
snake?
think going back to the original point of it, it uses more resources and it takes more time to set it up. So it has the potential of being like, bang, dead.
Yeah,
Like, I've killed your loop before
yeah,
it's even happened. So now your loop is immobilized. Like you said, if I get rid of that tamer, yeah, the loop's gone.
yeah. 100%. It's just gone. You can't
So
do it.
any tamer hate deck that is able to, as soon as you play that, be like, right, I don't care how much memory I gave you. I kill that tamer. Your loop's dead.
But like, you only ever play the tamer when you're about to do the loop. Which by that point, it's over
Mm.
because I'm now looping. You're never going to kill the
You
tamer.
basically
Because
need
you're
to
never
have the
going to have a
ability.
turn.
You need to have the ability of dealing with a whiteboard,
Yeah.
and then basically saying like, okay, cool, yeah, you have your loop ready, but I've just gotten rid of your board, so now your loop can never go active.
But like the play style is not interactive because you're keeping the Rise Greymon in the back. You're climbing it up to get to accomplish all these sources. As you're doing this, you're playing boosts. You're doing all this stuff. You're not going to play your ties and mats because your level 5 is going to. You're not going to play the blue tamer out because you're not going to want it to get killed
Exactly.
while you're trying to set up the loop. So you're just going to keep it in the hand. So you're just going to keep playing all these memory boosts. Search, or training maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
So then that way, when you're like, I've got Exodia in my hand now,
you play Exodia.
promote the 5, boost, play
Like,
the current
so yeah,
play the level 3, rise, tamer, do it. And
like
that's it.
so, yes, it
So
does.
unless you kill me by that time, if I set this up, you're done for.
Yeah, all it takes is like, yes, if you use a tamer killing deck, then you can very much deal with it. But it takes so many resources, like you said, that you've got to play boots, you've got to play training to basically search out everything you need. If I'm playing a speed deck that can kill you turn 3, turn 4, which, let's be honest, if I get
You
the
have to be
prime
facing
hand,
Galen or Sakuya or something that can just kill you in turn 2. before you set up all the resources.
Basically.
But I think if
Or-
that's your argument to not hit the tamer, I'm sorry, that you're just going to force everyone to play OTK.
Literally.
The loops don't exist.
Yeah.
But the loops still exist. So that one poor person who's like, I don't like OTK, I like control.
I don't like control, but
That's the best matchup, mate. That's
I
the
don't
best
like
matchup.
OTK,
You're
but
slow.
I don't like control.
I'm also slow.
Yeah. You just
But
have
my slow loops you.
Yeah. It's either you go slow and you control their loop, or you OTK them and be like, okay, I'm just never gonna let you activate even the smallest amount of the loop. Because you could probably trigger like a start small and go bigger and bigger with the loop and everything. But at the same time, take Shine for example. If I have the prime hand, I can OTK you turn 2, turn 3.
Yeah.
Easy. I can easily just do
But
that, wipe your security out, and be like, I don't care what happens in security, you're dying next turn.
Yeah.
Doesn't
But
matter.
I think all of this try to make arguments to keep the loop.
Mm.
But no one likes a loop.
No.
So just ban it.
Because
So I just think ban it.
Yeah, because having loops in games, if it's
loops are never fun.
No.
The only loop I've ever enjoyed seeing happen against me is Joe's Chessmon loop because it's Chessmon.
And that only works in one deck, so.
And it's Joe's like little creation, and he's my mate, so we're biased. But I'm like, this is creative. Like this is like you're setting up these tamers, you're setting up a stack, you're forcing me to attack, that kind of thing. I still get my draw, that kind of thing, you know whatnot. It's a little bit of interaction. Again, it's like it's so like
niche,
jigsaw like puzzle, and it's so creative. That's the loop I'm fine with. But like with these loops, it's just like, Bob, you don't even get to draw for turn.
See,
and I'm just going to keep setting up every time. I think it's.
Here's the thing.
So I'd say just get rid of it.
I'd be fine if you were able to like unsuspect. If you could go to start, if it's activated at start in main effect, that's.
If I have a way to get around it by just not giving you a taunt target, there's a bit of interaction there. It's just like, cool, I need to play around this. What can I do? If I just don't play a Digimon, I could maybe set up in the bag, promote my big guy, and do whatever, and maybe get rid of it. So there's a little bit of strategy interaction with players. So if literally your loop is just, oh, I got this, now I you infinite.
Yeah, that's when it's a problem.
There's no interaction from you whatsoever, other than the fact that you just go start a turn.
Literally, when a deck is able to shorten your main phase, I'm fine with that. It means I've got to be more creative and everything. Be like, really think about my turn. When it gets rid of your main phase and your breeding and your draw, that's where I draw the line and be like, hold on, that's just not fair.
So I just say get rid of the blue tamer.
Yeah, that's just a fair enough thing. Get rid of the blue tamer. Put it on the restrict saying if you play with this trait, you can't play this tamer.
That's it. That's it. Just get rid of it. I think that's an easy one, but I think it's a good little discussion.
Yeah.
A few people are saying get rid of the red tamer for Galaxy as well. Go to the Galaxy as well. So if you can't remember what the red tamer does, tap it. You take the top card of your stack that's a Light Fang or Nightclaw, put it underneath, and now one of your Digimon can evolve for nothing.
Ooh.
A lot of people are saying ban this card because it kills Galaxy Toolbox. Or like hit it to. I personally think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think if you kill both tamers, then you've really just done Galaxy dirty.
Yeah. If you get rid of two tamers, that is like kind of a necessity. If you're going Galaxy Pure and someone plays it and loves it, if they see the restricted list,
they see both tamers
and they see both tamers on there, they are actually going to flip their lid. They're gonna be so salty that they're just never gonna want to. They're like, I joined the game to play this Galaxy deck. They've just hit it to where I can't functionally play my deck. hey
Yeah.
everyone, I'm selling these cards, I'm leaving.
But no one's gonna want to buy it
No.
as well. Because it's like, oh, this deck's dead. I
Exactly.
think Galaxy loops are problems. Galaxy toolboxes. I think Galaxy Toolbox, to me personally, emphasizes the game. Which is like, cool, I found this engine that just bang, and this card lets me go into big guys for nothing. It's like really cool. It's like, oh, what can I do? And it's like I've seen so many different variants, red variant, black variant. There's so many things,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the peak of what Digimon can be. Like, I think if you hit this tamer, not only are you just killing Galaxy as a deck, it's like cool, Grace Nova
You're
now does
killing
nothing.
the
You're
creativity.
killing the creativity of this.
Yeah.
I think that may be just me biasly picking because I've played Galaxy Toolbox as well past a few times.
Mm.
But I just think that you can't hit both.
Yeah, true.
Well, can't can't shotgun both people, like both of
Very true.
them.
I
So Rudamon X, people are saying needs to go. Um, I think only like two people have picked that one, but I can understand that one. Tracking security for free is a bit like crazy. And that I remember Shane saying Rudamon X right now, Phoenix engine can be a huge problem later on. So
mm,
get rid of it now while it's in the sunlight a little bit. Like get rid of it.
yeah.
Um, uh, for Royal Knights, I think that's like the big last one. Because there's a few random ones in here, like War Groundmon X Anti, but that's fine stuff. But um, I think some people said Lunamon cost reduction. By that point, why is Lunamon a problem, not Coronamon?
Yeah, true.
If anything, I'd say Coronamon because he's also part of all these loops. But
Yeah.
that's me. And then there's a few random ones. But Royal Knights. So big things for Royal Knights in our list is Purge of the Royal Knight, Omnimon X, and Last Guardian. Two option cards for the deck, and
To be honest, I don't see a problem with Royal Knights. Because it's such an easy deck to get around because of the floodgates, and Royal Knights have real no way of getting around a floodgate that I don't see the I don't see an issue with Royal Knights. Like it takes forever to it takes a decently long time to set up. In currently it's like if you get to the mid game or end day, Royal Knights will completely destroy. If you get to like late mid game to late game, Royal Knights will just kill you outright. But if you put a floodgate down that Royal Knights can't really deal with floodgates, you kill their deck. Simple as.
arguments to that. I get what you're saying. There is a counter, so why hit a deck when there's a counter?
A
Not
very
all decks
easy
can play the
counter.
counter. Not all decks can play the counter because your counter is in the form, and your rookie is like three colors. So unless you're those three colors, which is I think red, black, and something else, um, cool. Well, you're gonna hard drop this random rookie which you can't utilize in the rest of.
Mm.
Argument two, they have to get rid of the counter. There's so many counter. Hassan brought up Wargroundmon Ace, which is a counter. Appmon just gave them a counter in the red Appmon. Decoratemon, that's been popular now. They played the yellow uh, S option card, which gates. Like, there's so many ways to deck counter. Heck, even in archetype with Jesmon, yeah, they had to cost a lot of memory to do it, but now they got a Royal Knight and a token, and they got rid of your floodgate.
Mm.
I think using floodgates as an example personally is not really a good reason to play a deck hit. But from the list, I think hitting Purge. Purge is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people who say Omnimon X is a problem because it does X and X and thing, it's like, yes, that's true. And Omeka Omni X is a disgusting combo. It at least doesn't work until they get to 2 or less security. Which by that point is you've had a game, you've had a match, you've interacted with each other and that kind of thing. So it's not like they just killed you outright.
Yeah, true.
Purging out an Omni X for nothing to swing is nasty.
Yeah,
That's an issue.
Yeah.
Like, I think when Royal Knights first was a thing, Purge was like, it's nasty, but it's like, it's whatever. It's part of their gimmick. But I think as more and more Royal Knights come into the game, being able to get any of them out for nothing
It's going to be
is
kind of
wrong.
disgusting.
It's wrong. And like the longer that the game comes out, the game progresses in your match, this option card gets cheaper and cheaper to use. So if you have multiple cards, it's like this is just bad. The longer the game goes, you're on this very annoying clock where you're like, I need to end the Royal Knight quickly, which I think is bad design. It's bad interaction. You shouldn't force I shouldn't be playing a deck that forces my opponent to end me quickly. Yeah, I want them to end me, well, not want them to end me, obviously, but I want there to be a winner and a loser, but there shouldn't be a winner and loser by turn 3 just because I'm playing this X deck, this deck. Like in playing against Royal Knights recently, I just think Purge it's an awful design. Like you shouldn't be able to get a Royal Knight for rush.
Yeah, no. That is a kind of disgusting thing where they're being able to rush and just kill you.
Yeah, and I think in combination with Omnimon X is worse because he comes out, he springs, he gives something else rush as well, which is also bad. Like if you purge out an Omni X and then just hard slam like a Gallon Crimson Mode Ace or something, cool. Omni X gives it one.
Yeah.
Purge out Omni, do a swing. I'm 16k, I'm living. I've got this new option card which lets an Omnimon live if I do die. Cool, then I just hard drop this other guy for a lot of memory. Cool, Omni X. It's like, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
I think hitting it to 1 as well means that they can still have it.
It's just hard.
But now they have to be strategic with it.
They can't
like,
just
do I do it now?
willy-nilly throw it down.
A quick swing, or do I leave it later when I'm really in a pickle and I need this guy to come out to actually answer with a when attacking effect?
Yeah,
there's a little bit of strategy to this option.
Yeah.
Really use.
And it's like also going off of that, it's like, yeah, okay, I could use it now and get a quick cheeky swing off. Or is there the potential of using it later down the line, just a little bit later, and using it for game?
Yeah. It also is a hit that doesn't kill the deck.
No, absolutely.
Because if you hit on the X, you're not only hitting on the X, you're hitting a Mechamon. Because there's less on the X to use with it. Why would I use? And then you're kind of hitting Koi in a way. It's like they could still use Koi, but now there's less strategy for Koi as well.
Yeah, true.
And there's a lot of residual damage hitting on the X. If you hit a Mechamon, you got the same residual damage. And if you hit the Last Guardian, you kind of hit the only searching boost that actually filters their deck, which I think is a bit unfair. If you've rated your deck to get its own members and just hit it, it's like, oh, I've been waiting for this forever.
Yeah, true.
I think that's a bit of an unfair. So I think Purge is the only safe thing to do. If I knew, or if we knew that there was a new Yggdrasil coming out, there could maybe arguments for maybe hitting Yggdrasil, but I don't know. I personally think we're going to get an interesting Digimon. That's just me.
Ooh.
And not an egg. But that's just. But that's our list.
Yeah,
That
that's
our community has gone. We've pretty much gone through everything there. And again, thank you everyone who
yes,
put their points
everyone.
in, votes, and answered that.
Thank you to all of
Um,
Darksphere who helped to, like, put in
Thank
their
you very much.
votes
I
and
love
everything.
our community and we love it so much. Um, is
Yeah.
there any ones that you personally that hasn't been on that list that you want to get touched? Even if you don't know the card, but you know the deck, that deck to get hit, but you don't know how it gets hit. Is there anything?
Yeah, no, that's an interesting. Yeah. I'm just trying to go think about oh, what decks have I gone into that are really
Even if it's not a problem now, but you know it's going to be a problem if the other decks get hit.
I
So
think
it's if everything else gets touched, I think
okay,
this is
this is going to be a very
skyrocket.
this is going to be a very controversial one. Magnum or Nex Ante. I want
Yeah.
that to be hit. Reason being, it's not because the games I go into are very frustrating and everything. Nothing against Joe because he's basically the only guy I go into who plays it. Nothing against him. Like, he's an amazing guy and everything. But Magnum on X being able to, when digivolving, gain DP until the end of your opponent's turn and protection against everything, and he's going off of a level 4 to do that or a level 5 to do that, is nuts. And he's able to do it for reduced cost most of the time. That really doesn't seem fair. I don't know if they would
Honestly,
hit
good
the
question.
I don't know if they would hit the Magnarex itself, because if you see one, but there have been multiple times where he's been able to put two on board, and it's just like I can't deal with it. You can't, because he's playing
Yeah.
stuff like Genai's House and everything that just give generic boosts, and then it's like, oh, security stack was removed. I have my protection and DP again. It's like you can't really stop it. I think reducing it down to one and forcing those decks to be like, right, you no longer can play Magnet, because it goes on blue, yellow, and black. So being
Yeah.
able to be
It's
like
very flexible.
very much reduced it and be like, yes, you're still being playing at one. Yes, you still have this big boss, but you need to be playing something else. Like, stop
Yeah,
playing
I would
this
have
as your
easily
only
just said
boss.
that the argument is that Tower Digimon should exist.
Mm.
Like, immunity Digimon shouldn't exist.
I think certain
And
immunities
that's
shouldn't
why it should
exist.
go.
Certain immunities shouldn't
Complete
exist.
immunity is wrong, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
being able
always
to be
been the
immune to
problem.
anything, it's not
Yeah.
good. Being
Yeah.
immune to Digimon effects or options, that's the middle ground. Having one or the other, not
Yeah.
both. Being
Because that's always been my argument to Gallant X. A lot of people saying like Gallant X is a problem. And like because it's untouchable, it's like no it's not. Option cards exist. It's only untouchable in certain scenarios around it. And they say, well, Magnemon X is like, yeah, but that's just because he's immune to everything.
yeah,
And
he's
there's
immune to
no
anything,
restriction to that.
and the only restriction is when there is no restriction to it
A,
because it
a
gains it.
security gets removed.
Yes. So as soon
To
as you
do it
do
again.
one check and even if you have set +1, as soon as that first check goes, Magna gets his immunity, gets to unsuspend and everything, and then he's a big blocker. And it's like, what am I meant to do against this? Because
The issue as well to me with that, sorry, it's just that it's not even that if security gets removed because he gains 3k DP before security battle. And I think that's ridiculous. Because there's been a few times where like I'm up against him with like Omnimon or something, and he swings his 12k into my security. There's like another 12k or 13k or something like that, whereas Omnimon will whatever. And I'm like, then he gets his 3k before the battle. That shouldn't be a thing.
yeah,
I think we should get it afterwards.
nah,
Somehow word it so that after security battles or whatever, I don't know. So that there's at least a way that he can just die to security, so they can't
or
just
don't
freeze
have
him.
it as all turns when a security attack is removed. Say it at what is it? Not end of turn.
At end of turn, if a security has been hacked,
Yeah, or
gain the
no,
thing. I don't know. Something weird like that.
or no. instead of it being checked, yeah, when it says being removed, so
Yeah,
but have it be like,
I
yeah,
don't
like
know.
end of turn or something. But it's like
I
just
don't
too
know.
broken
Something
right
weird.
now because
Yeah.
Me and Joe, before we went to a regionals, we had a load of practice. I was practicing Shine, he was practicing his Magna X, and we found the real good, a real benefit for me going into Magna X matchup is like, right, as soon as they have Magna X on board, I need to build up to Shine immediately because then, as soon as they swing, I go into Shine Ace, it deals with it because it doesn't have its protection, doesn't have
Yeah,
its
yeah,
boost. I can kill it before he can even respond. Cool.
yeah.
What does he start doing? Oh, cool. 2-cost option. Remove a bottom security. Add this. I
Yeah.
have my protection. You weren't speaking there, Joe. Hold on. You were.
I think,
There you go.
yeah, like my mic just goes on and off. Really.
Go on.
They've made it so that if either security is checked,
Yeah, that's
which
what the
I think
card
that's
says, which
dreadful
is.
design.
I think it should
It should
say
have
when an
only been your opponent.
opponent's security gets checked.
Yeah.
That should be the hitting factor, not when any security is removed. Because then you can give it protection for less than what memory you're going to have a memory set on board guaranteed by the time you get this card out, so that you're going to 1. Cool. I have plus 3,000 and immunity. I'm now swinging. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's too easy for Magna X to get its immunity nowadays. I think
Yeah.
either they need to hit all the cards that. I don't think they should hit all the cards that go into security because there's only certain cards that hit everything while in security. There's only a few cards that do that. If they hit those cards,
It's their new gimmick as well. They're
yeah,
trying to make these field spells that the community calls them,
yeah,
which is fine. I don't think we should punish a new gimmick
no. But
for
I
one
think,
old card's design.
hitting
Like,
Magna X down to 1 is going to very much force
it
those
means you
players.
get rid of the one end game boss monster, and that's it. If you get rid of them, congratulations, you don't have to deal with them.
Literally. And I understand a lot of Magna X players are going to be salty because it's like, oh, you got rid of my big boss. And it's like, well, yeah, you get protection from everything on when digivolving, and then all turns, when a security gets checked, you gain your immunity again. Not even that, you gain your when digivolving. So you could be
I think
suspended.
there'll be an issue with them because their old Magnet X is searchable
Mm,
because it's not a free trait, so there's no rookie that just. So, but, right, we finally got we have one big boss monster that can be grabbed off Demon, and now you're hitting it.
yeah. And I'm pretty sure Magna X was the first triple color card.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
first triple.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand, like, oh, yeah, he's the first triple color. I don't
One's
care.
fine.
One,
Fine.
reducing it down to 1 is fine. I don't think banning it outright is going to be.
No, no, no,
No,
no.
don't ban it outright. Reduce it down to 1.
There's very few cards in this game that I think are ban worthy, and
I,
literally at the moment it's just
I,
current time.
yeah, I completely
That's
understand.
to
Joe
hear.
is going to be very salty if it does get hit, but at the same time, he's got to see the bigger
I,
picture of yes, yes,
oh no,
one
I
of my
think he
decks.
knows deep down. He knows it's a problem.
Oh yeah, because I think he's
Also, if he
seen.
gets hit, he'll just replace it with Hexablower.
Yeah, Hexablow as well can be something that can be reduced. Jesus Christ, that card.
Nah, he's fine.
No, yes, get rid of Hexablow if you have less inherent Digivolution cards on me, you can't attack. That's just ridiculously strong. So now Magna X is like the only one I really do want to see like widespread media, not even just in locals, just like going to big events. Oh cool, I'm going to Magna X. Like I have to basically turbo. I have to get prime hand, prime draws just in order to somewhat have even a percentage of winning. Like even most times I've gone into Joe and had baller hands, baller draws. Like I've had the optimal stuff. Magna X comes on board and completely rips apart my day. So, yeah, Magna X. And
I think that's a good one. The only one I would pick as
is what?
Imperial.
What one?
Imperial, John. I
Impale Draw.
think, if you still think maybe just because it's recency biased, then I just had the locals and I faced it. I think Imperial is still a problem.
Really?
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
and I think both variants potentially. I haven't seen a lot of people playing red purple one, but I think that's purely because all those people are currently playing Gear Loop.
Yeah. If they're playing a red
Um,
purple deck, they're playing Guild
they're
Loop.
just playing Gear Loop. They're playing the best red purple deck in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I still think Green Imperial is an issue. Um, Purely because it's so interactive. Um, there's so many scenarios where it's so much control. It's free memory consistently. It prints memory probably still the best way in the game that isn't like just red right now.
What I
Um,
think annoys me the most in that deck is that you get your EX Vmon and Stingmon on board, and obviously you're passing turn. If they pass two memory and they have the proper ones on the top, they're going
they
to end of
should
turn
never.
DNA and then
You
gain the
should
memory back, and they can now swing with a Pale Dramon. That is
you should
bull.
never be able to DNA for positive memory.
No,
Never.
I
Like
think
not like you laugh at me when I do a ping pong, blah blah blah. At least I'm not pulling back six memory from you. Like,
all I'm saying though
please
is
doing
I
that.
think the Stingmon and EXV with their when digivolving into or going into a Pale Dramon and gain back a memory each. I think that should only trigger on when it's your when it's still the memory is still on your side of the board. I don't think that should trigger
Yeah,
on the opposite
I can
side when
see
you're end
that.
of turn DNAing.
But right now, I don't even think they're the problem. I think for Blue Green Imperial, it's the
Impale Dramon, you said.
Return to Primogenitor.
Ooh,
Honestly,
yeah,
that thing's disgusting. Like, I'm in an Imperial match, I'm fine mentally until that card comes into play.
oh wow, really?
Honestly, when that card comes into play, I'm like, I don't know what to do. What can I do?
Yeah.
You got partition, and if I try to beat you over, you evolve, and then your guy just gets rid of me.
Hmm.
I think like
Yeah.
that option card does too much.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um, and I think I can see either variant becoming an issue if everything else gets hit. I just think as well it's just a bit unfair if everything else that's a problem gets touched and then these guys stay around. Um, I just think that card just needs to go to one, and it's just like another hidden potential discovered, and it's just like okay, cool. If I see it, great, but then the opponent only has to deal with it once.
Yeah, fair.
A problem should only be having dealt with time. It should never have to deal with it multiple times.
Yeah, true.
Like I should never have to face the end boss of a video game more than once.
No.
Um,
Only time you have to do that is kind of in like Mario with
that's
Bowser.
it. Uh,
I think that's everything though.
yeah, the only other thing that's just quickly coming to mind that a few people have mentioned in our community is that Attack of the Heavy. Everyone who thinks that just not an issue.
Joe, you cut out Attack of the Heavy Mobile. Did you say yeah?
The heavy mobile Digimon. I said whoever thinks that is a problem just needs to shut up.
Really?
Jokes aside, yeah, just jokingly, but yeah. There's a few people in the group chat that say like this is a problem because it's a zero cost option. Um
A lot of zero
and I'm
cost
like,
options that do busted things
it's
are
the only
problems.
yeah. The only argument I say to it is that it's the only good thing Machine Digimon has. Let have it.
Yeah, true.
When I'm dropping the big guy and it's still turn memory is passing over, I should be able to swing. Like, yeah, come on.
Fair.
Um, yeah, but yeah, that's the only other thing. But I think that's like a joke one. I think to Shane's saying, like a lot of the using that as an example, he was saying that zero cost options shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
And that I can agree. Like Attack of the Heavy Mobile, using that again as an example, it shouldn't cost 0. It should cost 1. At least.
Yeah. Or
At
at least
least
2.
cost 1. Yeah. But like nothing should be free. It
Like,
should work. Like people complain about pulling memory a lot, and that's an argument for another day. That's probably another discussion.
yeah.
But nothing should cost nothing.
No, fair.
I should work my way to get the memory back, making it nothing, but the overall cost to play a card should never be. And that I agree with.
Yeah. So.
Like, I don't know if Bandai wants to just go through every option, just find all the zero cost ones and just put them to 1.
So that's ex ante, protoform, all of the memory gain ones.
Yeah, like, honestly.
I think the memory gain ones should be exempt because you're paying memory to gain memory kind of is backwards.
Members are fine. Members are fine.
No, not members.
Because they don't cost
memory
nothing.
gain cards, so like blinding.
One of their problems, because they all cost 0. I play Gravity Crush for 0, gain 2. That's a. Why should I print memory for nothing?
Yeah, it just means then, like, you've got to pay one.
The only argument
gain
one
2.
is the green one and the black one, which is Venom something and Parabolic Jump. At least I've had to do another act to get the free memory.
Yeah, no. For the ones that need, like, give you memory, force them to have another action on top of it before you gain the memory. Not just, not like Gravity Crush, where it's like, oh, at the end of the turn you lose 2 memory, because then that just incentivizes, I'm only playing this to kill you. Yeah, exactly. So,
Finding way would have been fine, but there's never something that says, so it's like, if I can't lose security, I still gain 2 memory because I'm doing as much as.
Yeah, fair.
And then like, I think the purple one is just like, your action is to get a big trash. Again, going back way before in our previous discussion, you put it in the color that gains trash easily.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, alright, I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Alright.
Leave your comments below.
Yes, please tell us what your
pick 3 cards. I think again, limiting it to 3 cards.
So we can actually read
it can
the
be
comments.
it can be ones we discussed. Or it can be your own personal picks.
Yeah, agreeing or disagreeing with us on certain picks. Yeah. I know Fenrir Luger's going to cause some hate.
I think here's a good one. 3 cards that you want to get added to the list, and if you can or want 1 card to come off them.
Yes, that would be good.
I think that's a good one. 3 to 1. And if you think a big fix to the list is adding a semi-limited section, do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yeah. I think that is a good solution.
Oh, I
honestly.
agree with you 100%.
You can then be very creative how you hit cards in this game by adding them to 2. And I think that's like the best question. I think. Yeah, 100%. That's like the interesting answers. I think. Yeah.
All right. That is our main phase done, and now we're going to be heading into our end phase with questions and upcoming videos. Catch you James then. And welcome back, Tamers, to the end phase, the end of the video where we've got questions and upcoming videos. And the question we have this week is again from our good friend Alex, and they have asked, with the V-Pet, there was a Godzilla Digimon cross. If you could have a crossover of brands for the card game, which brand/character would you love to see immortalized in the card game? And if you want to go a step further, what effect keyword would you give to the card/cards?
honestly, I think I said this in the last one that I really need to like read your question like a week in advance and
Literally.
actually properly think about it every day.
Mm.
God damn it.
I have been pondering this for
Have you actually been pondering it?
little bit, yeah, because I sort
I said
out,
that really badly, but yeah.
yeah, but
Um,
I kind of sort this out a few days, maybe even a week before we do the podcast. So, what crossover do I want to do with Digimon? Like, what does Magic do and stuff like that?
so if there's a VP, this is a Godzilla Digimon cross. If you could have a crossover brands for the card game,
Yeah.
which brand character would you love to see? So, and if you did what? So I don't know if they're also saying like non-existing ones.
Hmm.
Um,
If I
because
could,
obviously my first answer is bring everything that they've done crossover with VPET into the game. So that would include the Godzilla, that would include the Monster Hunter, that would include the Medabots as well. I'd
yeah.
love to see all of those in the card game. That'd be really cool. So, but that's a simple answer. I don't want
If it's a
to.
brand
Alex never
crossover,
wants a simple answer.
no, like goddamn, brand crossover. I don't know, brand or character.
What? So I'm trying to think of something that thematic works. It's like Medabots works because it's like it's artificial intelligence and robots that kind of like do things
Yeah.
that works thematically with Digimon with being artificial.
I think,
Godzilla and Monster Hunter work because they're monsters and that kind of thing and that kind of like and all that. So that also just works.
yeah,
So it's trying to think what
like
what works.
I know they're like from a different. Okay, so what I would probably choose. I know they're from they're from a different universe and everything, and they're not really monsters, but they could be tamers. Mario and Digimon.
Just go with Nintendo.
Hey, Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Rosalina. They could
It
all
makes
be.
sense
Yeah,
thematically.
they could all be tamers and everything. And then the Goombas, the Koopas,
Logistically,
Bowser Jr. and Bowser could all be Digimon. It could work.
company-wise, I think it'd be a bit difficult.
Maybe, but
Um,
I don't know. And if I would give a
I think
keyword, I'm not too sure. I'd probably give them maybe the keyword of. Oh, I don't know actually. I'm trying to think. Maybe like make it to like you could suspend them to like
you
look at
could
the.
pick like a word that is used commonly within their universe. That the keyword.
Yeah.
I was thinking like power up.
Yeah. Power up. Search top two.
Um,
Add an option.
yeah, and they can have their own options, kind of like plugins, but they can like load themselves as sources, and, like a boost with like a new keyword, like another effect.
Yeah, like they could
Like
be. When you play
like
this.
red mushroom could give raid or something. I don't know.
Yeah, power mushroom, fire flower, Tanuki
Yeah,
suit, shit, stuff like
fire
that.
flowers like sec+1 because you know fire and that kind of thing. I don't know.
I no, I would say so. The make it so that you can only have one of these like additions per card. But if you have the power mushroom attached, it gives another
That,
addition.
like,
But you can only have one power mushroom attached to every person.
and then if this Digimon would leave the battle area, trash this. So
Yeah,
it's kind of like because like whenever Mario gets like a power boost, if he gets hit, it's dum dum dum.
yeah.
So that like represents that.
And then make it to
That
like
could be
where it's
pretty
like
cool.
kind of a Marcus effect, where once per turn you can pay a memory and he becomes a Digimon with these power ups underneath.
Yeah, you can have like so yeah, all the
A
tamers are the
ghetto
Digimon,
mask, ghetto
but then
Marcus.
like so you would have like a unique deck that's only tamers and options. So there's no actual Digimon cards.
That
That
would
could be
be
pretty cool.
sick. And then
That'd be
maybe
pretty cool.
like I don't know, some toads that are actual Digimon. They're like like they're just all rookies, but make it so you can play 50 of.
Yeah, like that's the only Digimon. It's just
Yeah,
Toad.
but then on play,
Toad,
reveal top three, add
Toad,
one
and
tamer, one
then
option.
so you got Toad for the good deck, and then you've got the
Cooper and Goomba.
Koopas for the
Goombas.
villain deck. Yeah, Koopas and Goombas.
Yeah, Goombas would be the 50 of, and Koopa could be a 4 of because Koopas are a little bit more stronger. But they could be,
Yeah.
or you could make it to where you could only play 10 of each. 10 Goombas, 10 Koopas. Make it a 10 of max of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd like to. If they could do a crossover with Mario, it would be really interesting to see, like, add in power ups and everything.
Hmm.
And just make it so that Mario has to defeat it. And then if you attach like the star on, say its effect is like I'm unaffected.
Fucking...
No, this would be the because obviously the star power up is like only a temporary thing. Make it to where like right, you don't trigger option cards. You gain jamming.
Well, that would be the one that just like forces itself out, like at the start of your next turn.
No, what it would do, I think, is you attach it onto Mario for like a certain cost. It automatically swings, doesn't care for rush or blitz or whatever. Then gains jamming, doesn't trigger option cards and everything.
Yeah, it's just
but
like
then,
it's the unstoppable guy.
Yeah, and then at end turn, remove this power
Yeah,
up.
it forces itself. Yeah.
That would be sick.
And that'd be an interesting way because you're limiting to only one attached, and then the superstar is like, oh yeah, I'm unstoppable.
Literally.
But then
it goes
if
away.
I don't finish you, I'm now killable.
No, it just go back. But it'd be very interesting because obviously you got pay memory to like bring out your like Mario or whatever, and then it'd be very interesting. What about you?
Sorry. Just giving a quick thought. I think because I said the word Medabots, my brain's just straight away thinking of this franchise.
Ooh.
Transformers.
Okay. I'm trying to think how
I don't know how it would work, but
they don't have to be level 6, is it?
I think it's just because I'm trying to think of it like I'm trying to like take a franchise and trying to make it turn into a Digimon. So like you have Godzilla. The Godzilla collab is literally you got a Greymon species like getting infected by Godzilla and like it's getting G-virus. Okay. And it's now becoming like a Godzilla hybrid Digimon 50-50 kind of thing. You have the Monster Hunter, Greymon and one mixed with Rathalos and a Zynoga.
Yeah.
And then you got like the Medabots, where it's literally War Greymon and Garurumon as a Medabot, and you got like Omedamon, was kind of like the Omegamon kind of like fusion thing with Meta being thingy. So I'm trying to like think of like a transformer that's literally just like transforming into a Digimon.
So they're rather like, beast.
So instead of like
the only thing I can think of are
Grimlock. You have like a transformer that's transforming into Greymon.
Yeah. So the only ones I can think of are the Dinobots, Beastbots.
It works better with like if you want to go like in theme, you pick the ones that are turning animal.
Yeah. So you've got.
But there's nothing stopping you having Optimus Prime becoming like Omnimon.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the obvious pick to me because it's like it's Omnimon. He is kind of like, you know, like. But
and Diaboromon would be Megatron,
like the
right?
one. Yeah, or something like that. I don't know.
Because it kind of goes with theme. Because Megatron uses his pawns to do his thing, and then he's the one who like does all the big shit. So being like a Diaboromon kind of thing would be interesting.
Like, that's like one I could pick thematically. I wouldn't know how they work mechanically in game.
Oh yeah, that would be insane.
In card game. It'd be really hard. Like, how do you implement a transforming feature into the card game?
I think you would have to have 2 cards.
It's all about digivolving.
I would say you would have to have 2 cards and have, like, you know, Rage Mode and Sleep Mode. Make it so that, like...
I guess, yeah, that's basically like your best way of doing it.
The only way I could see it is where they're all on play. They never digivolve and everything, and they all on play for, like, reduced cost depending on how many Autobot trait or Decepticon trait or whatever you have on play, and then
Yeah.
what you do is you
Ooh,
can.
ooh, 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 ooh,
No,
ooh.
can I
You
finish?
you do. I'll let you finish it, but it's just quickly in my head. You do the Royal Knight get steady sense thing, but you take the planets.
Ooh.
So you have Unicron as your egg
Or
that lets you just play all
Primus.
these Autobots or
No, no.
Primus or
So
whatever it is.
Primus is for Autobots, Unicron for
Yeah,
Decepticons.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so you have Primus for Autobots and Unicron for Decepticons. So
Yeah,
those are
that.
your eggs.
Yeah.
Then
So,
you just hard drop all these things.
so yeah,
But then you have a bot mode and a beast mode, and then they can like do the
that's what.
hybrid
So
thing of
that's what I was
evolving
about to
across.
say. So
Yeah,
instead, these are all hard drops. They never digivolve, but then you also have as Digimon their vehicle forms. So what you can do is instead of hard dropping them, they have a separate play cost in like a black box text or a like this would be the new keyword of called transform. So what you would do is would pay that cost, tuck it underneath, and then your main effect on your Autobot would be if this Autobot has vehicle form underneath, place this card as the bottom Digivolution source of that card, and then it has, when this card transform, and then obviously the vehicle form would have when this card transforms as the new keyword, effect activates.
yeah,
And then end of turn, put this card to the bottom source of this Digimon, and it can but each one can only work with its own vehicle form. You can't like mix and match. So like Starscream
so
would have Starscream vehicle form, Optimus would have Optimus vehicle form, and all that other stuff. So it would be a really interesting way of.
I was yeah, I was thinking of something similar. Like
Okay.
I had a similar thought. I think we're both agreeing on Unicron and Primus
As
as
the
eggs.
eggs,
I
and
think
make
that's a
it so
great
that,
idea.
and like whenever they
They could
hatch,
literally just be carbon copies of like Yggdrasil and Seven Gauges.
I
You just
wouldn't say
keep putting
carb.
you just keep putting the top one, and then like the top one says reduce the play cost, and for every thing has reduce it a bit more.
Yeah, I would say like
Um,
don't make it stupidly broken
but
though.
I was thinking, well, like the brokenness in terms of reducing your is dependent on how strong
The like
the
Autobot
bot
is.
is.
Yeah.
So like a Bumblebee would cost cheaper than an Optimus.
Yeah.
But if you get to the last egg, you can play Optimus for
For
like free memory,
yeah.
which is like bare bones what you would want.
I would say
Um,
tamers have to be the humans from like either the movies or the
yeah,
TV
you can
shows.
you just pick the kids from the shows, and I don't know what you do for Decepticon. Pick something.
I think
Um,
Decepticons they have like there are some humans that actually side with the Decepticons.
yeah, you
So
just find something. I don't know. Um, but like, so my idea was that a
or some
a bot,
tamers.
an Autobot and a Beast Car 4 don't can't evolve in anything. There's no zero cost. There's no circle.
Right.
But they have a black box text that lets them only evolve over their opposite thing. So like
They're normal
Omegamon
form.
Prime can only evolve over Optimus, and Optimus can only evolve over Omegamon Prime. I would do the same thing for the hybrids, where like the beast hybrid always evolves for one on the human hybrid, but the human hybrid zero on. So like in my mentality, even though obviously in the show it's never shown like that, it takes effort for Optimus to be in bot mode than vehicle mode.
Mm. So
Or
my
it's the other way around. It's more effort for him to be in vehicle mode than bot mode. So like bot mode is his base form, which is human hybrid. And the vehicle mode is his beast form, which takes a little bit of effort, represented by the beast form.
yeah.
And then you can, but then like the Yggdrasil Primus will let you swap them per turn for free.
Ooh.
So like you can play out Optimus, and then for like one cost evolve into Omega Prime, like Omnimon Prime.
Right.
Then, like, I don't know, he does whatever, blah blah blah. Then, on your next turn, if he's still there, you could go into Optimus bot mode for nothing, and then use Egg to regress or just like put to the top the vehicle
Yeah.
mode for nothing, and then you could just keep doing that. Like that would be like the mechanic.
See, my
It
thinking.
would probably be busted.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, like you just pick like the weaker ones, like Bumblebee or whatever it is, like be on place for free and that kind of thing. You just doing like a Bumblebee there.
I think the way they
Then,
limit that is if only being able to do that if you have 3 Primus underneath you. Like
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know. Like that's like the in-depth mechanic would have to be like intertwined, like actually fixed. But that's like the general concept. I want like to have like the constant ping, because that's like to me the transform
yeah,
is using your sources like that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
And like using the egg, but I don't want them to do it for free.
No, do it
Because
for cost.
that would be broken in terms of like card design.
No,
So
I would say
where
only
can
make
we-
it so that way
Where
you.
can we get that somewhere else?
Mm,
So that's the effort, and to me that would be the egg, because that would be like that's the god. The god is letting them do that.
mm.
It's like that's giving him the energon and that kind of thing.
Well,
But like
in the actual show, it's like obviously we've seen Transformers 1. They need the cog in order to transform. So it's like maybe a tamer
like,
could be
egg
the
has
transformation
the top,
cog.
just letting them do it.
Or yeah, the egg could be the cog, or even a tamer could be like, oh, transformation cog or whatever. Like I don't know.
Maybe it'd be an option card or something like that. You like Energon cog.
Yeah.
You can take any beast form, put it on top of anything, so you can turn Bumblebee into Optimus Omegamon or something.
I don't know. See, my thinking is that these decks.
That's my Transformers collab, I guess.
The way I'm interpreting of this is like, oh, okay, these are going to be their own separate deck. Like, yeah, you could probably put some Digimon and Tamers in there, like, to maybe give them a buff, but they stay very much within their own thing.
I wouldn't want them to mix.
Like, yeah, you could add in a few Tamers here and there to, like, maybe give them a few power-up, like, give them a little bit of a boost here and there, but you wouldn't
like a random setter or something, I don't know.
But you would never, ever put, like, extra Digimon in there or anything.
You wouldn't see Agumon instead.
Yeah.
But you could see a Memboost in it.
Yeah, a Memboost, Tamer, stuff like that.
Like, whatever.
See, my thinking is that...
I can't think of another franchise. You talk. I'm trying to think of another franchise.
Yeah,
I just want to, result to just only transforms because of Medabot.
Well, no, we both given our answers, so I think that's the answers. Transformers for you, Mario for me. But I would just have it like, instead of like beast forms and everything, because not a lot of Transformers have beast forms, just have their vehicle forms and make them cost to transform, but they can only do that once per turn. And then transform back the following turn.
Again, it was just me trying to like give them a Digimon kind of thing, because like their forms are only based on where they are.
No.
Really? Like Optimus transforms into a fire truck because he comes to Earth and he scans a fire truck.
I
know they have like their like
alien
on planet alien
on
thing.
Cybertron, yeah.
Yeah, on Cybertron they have like their own thing. But like he only transforms into a fire truck because of a fire truck. Exists, and he scans it.
Into into a normal Arctic truck,
Yeah. So like what would Optimus turn into if he went to the digital world? Well, they don't have trucks. So like,
they don't really have vehicles, so it's like it's weird.
They don't have vehicles. So he would and because Digimon are all code data, what would he do if he scans like Omnimon? Well, cool, he would just turn into Optimus Omnimon.
I'm
So that's
thinking
just
more.
kind of like
Yeah,
my like just quick bare bones kind of like thing. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what would Megatron do? Oh, he would find some
Diabora.
fucking villainous or like
Diabora,
something.
100%.
You could maybe just quickly pick Diabora thing, but like I don't know. But that's just kind of like my quick little thing.
I'm more like thinking like, because he would already have like probably before he goes to the Digiworld would have his vehicle form. Like make it so that it would be interesting because also it's like deck building. How would you do it? Like
Or maybe,
would you
yeah, maybe he
play
still has his vehicle form, but his base form looks now like Omnimon a bit more.
like it has like different like it's more flowy instead of more mechanically.
Yeah, like instead of Optimus normally just shooting it in bot mode, his like swords and everything. Well, now one of them's actually grey sword, and then like instead of a gun, it's actually like the green cannon.
Maybe, but
Like,
it's
and
like
they just all have their bot mode, like the vehicle
yeah,
or
like
something.
there's slight subtle changes to be changed. But then
Yeah,
they
they
could
just look
also
like
but then like when they yeah, it would like cost to go into their vehicle mode. But then it was interesting of like how people would like build the deck. Would they be like, okay, yes, but then all their effects could never. If you only play 4 of the bot mode, cool, you have 4 of the bot mode, but they would never be able to trigger their effect because they never transform. Because that's what the keyword I'm trying to I would introduce with Transformers be like when this Digimon transforms into this Digimon, trigger effect.
yeah, like Optimus has, I don't know, they will have something.
Yeah, I don't.
If
Optimus would
this,
probably search 3, add an Autobot trait to hand.
yeah, if this card transforms, it gets blah 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 for the turn
I
or
think
something like
if they transform into like a car or something, it would just be obviously they would be weaker in that state. But I'm thinking Blitz,
yeah, or something like that. Something just
Blitz, or
represent.
maybe something like play out. Even they could even introduce a new memory boost, calling like Energon memory boost, where it says search top 4,
Yeah,
add
just add an Autobot.
add
Oh,
a
add a
transformer
Transformer
trait. Add a
trait. Yeah,
yeah.
so you can use them in both. Like the members should be for both.
But no,
You can have alt arts, one for Optimus, one for Autobots, and one for
I was
Decepticons.
gonna say actually have 2 different members, one for each deck. One is regular Energon, one is Dark Energon, for depending on which
Yeah,
deck.
you can have that.
And
You
then
can do
their
that.
alt arts is like Optimus with Primus, and then Megatron with Unicron. That would be sick.
Well, because like the Decepticons still just use Energon anyway.
Yeah,
So we're having a very weird Digimon podcast now.
yeah. This
Just
is
talking
very.
about
This is
Transformers.
also the end phase, so it's like
um,
gone into its own conversation.
Alex. Yeah, but yeah, you would still have Energon boost for both, and then like when you go to support it, you can then do Unicron,
Yeah,
like a Unicron deck, and then you just
Unicron,
have like darker.
Megatron, stuff
You'd
like
have
that.
darker versions and that kind of thing. And that's when you dark.
Yeah,
And then like your members standard art could just be like Optimus Prime and Megatron side by
like
side.
head to head,
Yeah,
kind
like
of.
head to head. And then like you have 2 alt arts, one for only Autobots and one only for
So there
Decepticons.
would be 3 alt arts. One
Yeah,
with
3
them facing
arts
off,
for it.
one Autobot, one Decepticon.
Only this and only this.
And obviously the standard art would just be
you,
like
you get a
Unicron.
little bit of creativity in that kind of
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
really cool.
Well, thank you very much, Alex,
Yeah,
for
thanks,
that
Alex.
amazing question.
That's a
So-
really cool question. Again, I'm gonna have to think about that
Yeah.
one.
So Joe's choice is Transformers with some sort of
Transformers.
transforming trait keyword.
Keyword.
Mine would be Mario, but have it be power up kind of keywords and
Yeah, I like the power
option
up
cards that go underneath tamers, and the tamers do a Marcus
I
thing
just
where they
like
swing.
the idea. I just like the idea of a deck that only has tamers and option cards, and your tamers are all treated as Digimon.
Imagine that, like just rocking up to an event, only playing tamers and options. Your opponent, because a lot of the time it's
But
a
all
delete a
my
Digimon.
tamers punch you in the face.
Yes, and they only
But
become
I
Digimon
think
on
that
my
you
turn.
have to. You think for that one, you'd have to make it to be a bit balanced, where it's like if you only want to have the tamers in the deck, like if you want to have it so you can only have tamers and options, in a way. I know we made it so you can have like the pawns as actual Digimon.
Yeah,
But you'd have to have it so that they are treated as Digimon to the end of your opponent's turn, so they are interactable.
Kind of interactable.
And then come your turn, you have to pay memory
to keep them as Digimon.
To put them back as a Digimon, or they can only become Digimon on your turn again when you use a power. I don't know.
Or you pay one
like
and
that.
they become a Digimon.
Pay one, treat it as a Digimon to the end of your opponent's turn or something like that.
And then you can play power-ups if you want to. Like, Mario could be your memory setter, and then, like, Luigi and everything else can just, like, give memory or something, or I don't know.
So I know they don't die in the video games, but in the card game, you'd have to make can kill Mario.
Yes, but you're playing for Mario, so you're already screwing off the timeline.
Yeah, so like, but I think that kind of like makes sense to me personally. Just
100%.
Like, it's treated as a Digimon to the end of their turn, and you pay memory to make it back into a Digimon again.
Yeah. Alright.
And then you can still have like Mario as like main, put yourself to free memory.
Yeah.
Peach. I think probably be Peach.
Or you never
Peach
know.
for the good guy, Bowser for the bad guy.
Obviously, yeah. So
be the mem setters.
Alright, thank you very much, Alex, for that amazing question.
Thank you for that one. That was really fun. I really liked that one.
Yeah.
Really try to think about it. I know my pick was kind of like very quick. I know you had some thought to yours, but mine was just very quick and just because of Metabot. But we got a really good discussion out of it. When we like dove down, thought about it, like, actually, no, this would be really cool.
God,
I know I
meta.
kind of like cheatingly resorted to the Yggdrasil egg gate deadly sins thing mechanic that I know is not favoured by a lot of people, I think. But
it's something
I think for a deck like that, if you can find a way to make it thematic work, to me it's cool.
Or
like it's really cool.
Something for instead of it being Gate Deadly Sins or the Jusil, have it like Mother, where it can't attack or swing and isn't a blocker or anything, but gives all of your can minus the on-play cost of all your Transformers.
Because they evolve, they do transform. So you have the base form. So you have them as planet. That's the eggs. And then somewhere in your deck is their bot mode. Okay. And you can only evolve them into the bot mode if you fulfill a certain requirement.
Ooh, okay.
And then you push out the
bot.
The egg, the planet, from the raising area, and then for X memory you turn into the bot. And that's your ultimate boss monster for 2 sides. So you got Primus bot mode as whatever, and then you have Unicron bot mode in your deck somewhere.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
That could be cool.
Well, here's the thing though,
that's how you do it.
It'd be very
so
interesting.
You get the both worlds. You get so then it's literally like where she's just like hiding in the back and then can come out as a threat.
It's interesting. That's what it would be really interesting because if they try and follow it very canonically, Primus never actually turns into a bot. He was a bot, but then made himself a planet into Primus. Into Cybertron.
So in this game, you just do it reverse.
Yeah, but Unicron made himself a planet-eating like thing, and then does turn into a bot. So that would be very interesting.
Yeah, I think that'd be really.
So the egg would have to be
ultimately. Like, Primus's best form is a bot. Like, you can't argue that Earth is his strongest form. Like,
Earth isn't.
Like, if you were to go properly, you would have it that if he could, Earth would just transform to a giant world.
Yeah, that's true.
or the actual home planet.
Cybertron.
So, Cybertron. Like, you would.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what you do.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We take eaters, we just turn them into Transformers.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Alex. That was an amazing question.
Thank you. I really enjoyed that one. That was really fun.
Any upcoming videos, Joe, that people should be aware of, or?
No, if you've probably seen, thanks to Billy, we have a sub series on the channel. I think it's either every Wednesday or every Friday. It's going to be DCGO with Zephyr. So if you like to see doors, but a bit more DCGO, that kind of thing for testing, that kind of thing, do stay tuned to the channel. We will try and get those out when we can, but I'm locking them to a certain date, them as a consistent series, kind of like thing. So you like on that day, you're probably going to get that kind of like show. So again, big shout out to Billy on that one. If you have any decks that you want Billy to try out, I guess, do post a comment on those videos.
Yeah, please do.
Billy will keep an eye on those comments if you can, and if
I will
try out those decks.
I will try to not what does it say? Screw up one of your favorite. If you say
Butcher
this is
them.
my favorite deck and butcher it, I am going to apologize now.
Yeah, that's what. If you want to send him a profile, so you're like, oh, here's a deck you enjoy. Give that one a go, and you'll
Yep.
probably see it on a future episode on that series.
I'll definitely try it out.
I know some of you might think I'm trying to flood too many series. I like series because it keeps
consistent.
a theme,
It's
and
consistent.
I can mentally keep track on that theme.
Also, be on the lookout for a new Appmon deck list. I should hopefully be able
Billy's
to.
been trying out that a lot.
I should hopefully have a fine-tuned deck list that obviously isn't going to be super meta, but Appmon is Appmon. So, yeah.
We're working it.
We will see all you tamers in the next
Yes.
video.
Thank you, everyone. Hope you all. Sorry.
Go on.
Hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Billy, for joining me and saving me on the intros.
Of course.
Keep butchering. And if you in this bit, so I just want to mention in this bit we were having it so that my audio was coming out from here. We tried to do some testing. I tried to make it come out of this. At the moment, we're going to work on that.
Yeah.
So it's been coming out of my camera here in front. I think that my audio is better. I can kind of see I'm still kind of popping in and out. If you think my audio is better through here, let me know. If we get this working, we'll try and make it work on a future episode. So yeah, keep track on my audio because we can only do so much. So
unfortunately,
if you think as the viewers that my audio is poo,
I will force Joe to invest in a microphone.
Let us know in the comments section below.
Yeah.
If literally forcing myself to get a microphone makes the experience better, I'll just have to do it.
Yeah.
I can only try and keep this channel as free as I possibly can, as much as I can.
Yeah, exactly.
But I dug this out. I'm going to try and make it work. If it does work, fantastic. If it doesn't, and audio's garbo, I will just have to find something.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anything else. But did you have anything to point out? I know you've got your Twitch channel.
Yeah.
Everything.
No, not really. Just leave, comment, like, subscribe. Please share videos to all your friends. Keep this channel going. I mean, we're doing it for fun, but at the same time, it's going to be lovely seeing all you guys subscribing and everything. And
we appreciate everything.
Yeah, we appreciate everything.
I do love seeing the comments saying like, "Oh, I loved the deck. I gave it a go." You know, like if you've tried anything, let me know. Even if it's good or bad, you know, like hearing those really does something to me. I know I can just keep doing this forever without any of those comments, but if you do post those comments and want to let me know, yes, please do so. It does mean a lot to me, and it means a lot to Billy as well.
100%. All right. Happy dueling, everyone.
Happy dueling!